hold on just a sec. Let me open up Discord on my phone.
I've already pressed this button. Did it do anything? Okay, it did that something actually. Well, I'm gonna still need to fix this scene anyways because we're professional streamers.
Where's this go to? Does this go to the right one? Let's
I
see.
don't know. Is it display capture for for one window?
Display capture is for the entire desktop. Okay.
No, that's screen capture.
Oh no.
Oh,
It's
is it
display.
screen capture I want then? Yeah, I want screen capture.
Still desktop. You want window. I mean, I don't know what the hell Streamlabs stuff is because I don't care for it. It's a pile of trash. Wow. Okay.
Okay, this works perfectly fine. Apparently,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, pop up is tinier than my screen.
Sucks for you. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching because it's gonna look terrible.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
all right. Guess we can go and get this thing started.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. So, today's a little bit different. It's a little bit odd, but going to start with the usual. So, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Nerd Ensemble podcast, where we talk about anything gaming, nerd stuff, or whatever the hell's going on. I guess, even trashing on things, which don't I think we have. We kind of do, but no, we don't. So I don't know. Uh, so yeah. Yep. My name is Nexus, and I have my co-host as usual.
Winning cat boy.
Yeah. No. 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 Stop it.
Today I have Coke. I'm not telling you
That's
what
fair.
kind.
Cherry. Was that right?
I don't drink flavored Coke.
Okay. I've always imagined you to be maybe a cherry Coke kind of person.
No.
Cherry Dr. Pepper's nice, but cherry Coke, no. I hate that. Okay.
I think I drank the lemon Coke once. I think that one was decent.
The what one?
The lemon one.
No. No.
New,
Terrible.
new.
Okay. So, to note again, doing something a little bit different today, which I might have an actually good fix for this in the future. Actually, yes, I have a very good fix. I think I'm going to change it up a little bit. Okay. Today's a little bit different in the sense that instead of just going to Twitch only, we are also in a stage channel on Discord for anyone in my Discord at the moment. Because you can't do two Discords at once. That's not how things work. So, yeah. So we're doing that.
Actually, you
And not
can
only do you
these
have
days because if you have a phone, you can sit in a phone in a phone on this kind of on
No,
a.
I'm saying you can't do two servers with a stage. It's only one server, obviously. So, in my server, we're in a stage, and at the moment we have just, one person because we're not popular enough.
We had two,
We
but
had,
one ran
yeah, we
away.
had two, but he's like, oh, well, this is boring. Bye bye. That or jumped on Twitch. I don't know. I mean, no one really has to be in the stage anyway. You can either be there or on Twitch, either way you want.
So about banning candy again.
What's with you and banning candy?
Don't worry
Okay,
about it,
there's
okay?
nothing there. Yeah, one good thing about having, I want to bring this up again. One good thing about having the stage channel is that If we have somebody in the channel that was like, oh hey, bring them in to talk about something, we could literally do that. I mean, sure, we could do that beforehand. They could just join general and we drag them in, but yeah, that seems more better.
Less professional.
This seems more professional the way we're doing it now. The dragging them in, it's like meh.
But my sim always looks professional.
Yeah, it does. That was a that was sarcasm, by the way. Okay, so yeah,
Wow, you think I'm sarcastic? Listen, I
I
have
was
high
being
value.
sarcastic.
I have
Oh
high
shit,
value.
sure. All right, that's how it always works. Okay, so yeah, today we have what, three topics mainly. Last time we did this, we had like 10, I think, and not all of them were used. But now we only have three. One we can't use because we didn't watch it.
Yeah, we were gonna watch. I mean, did we have? We were gonna have four, and then we didn't watch one.
Yeah, we were gonna watch Black Widow, the movie, because it just came out fully on Disney Plus. But yeah, no, we didn't watch it.
So I neither of us watched it. That's good.
Nope. Yeah, neither of us watched it. I was going to today, but a lot of stuff happened with today. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, and I was like, I very much. Because here's the thing: the movie's 2 hours. I go to bed at like 10, 11 these days. Yeah,
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 I'm gonna add a couple of topics to talk about because I have some ideas.
yeah. We were definitely gonna love our titles though, because it's kind of a big giveaway what we're talking about today.
A couple things, yes. Oh, actually, no, we have more. Hold on. Hmm. Kind of forgot about that one.
Oh yeah, I think we have two Twitch topics this day. Just say,
Two?
yeah,
Thought it was basically the exact same.
no, or maybe, but well, no. Uh, let's talk about the one that I don't think you don't remember. Because I sat listening today about it. I don't know if they have scrapped the idea yet, but the boasting thing, or you can.
Oh, that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I remember. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So that's the thing that happened. Sure, we can go for that first. So let's go with the. You know what? Now we do have something to trash. Twitch. We have something to trash you about, and then we have something to be like, oh, we're we're going to slap you in the face, and we're gonna apply a band-aid after. That's what we're gonna do. Oh boy. Okay. Not forget to put the band-aid in hand, slap them with the band-aid in hand, so it just attaches to their face as we slap them.
Like, here you have it. Stop complaining. Is it really a
Oh.
band aid with the second one?
Well, I mean, okay, it's a band-aid in saying that it's something we should actually care about. It's not. It's not really something on their end that they could have controlled in the first place.
Not
The first
true.
thing, yes, they can absolutely control it, and it's a stupid idea. So, okay, for what we're talking about, uh, since you brought it up, I guess I can let you lead with it.
So basically, I was watching a first see a skit from a YouTuber that does like a thing, and then I think directly after I saw about they added a boasting thing. So basically, you know how they have this side where you can buy viewers. Basically, that is what Twitch is basically doing now. You can
Yeah,
indirectly buy viewers. That was like, but why?
and here's the thing. I found this out because I follow a lot of streamers on Twitter, and I was like in the middle of saying Twitch and Twitter. The same, just like Twitch, Twitter.
Witcher?
I was like, I was like Twitter. I entered a different accent because it was like chur, or Twitter. But anyway, all right. Point is, like, I follow a lot of them, and I've read up more on it, and it's awful because what happens is that you have an option. I can look it up real quick, but like, there's different tiers of how many viewers that you can purchase So let's see. Twitch nerd boosting. Let's see this picture here. Wait, hold on. Images. That's what I want. I'm trying to find the actual tier list. Where is it? They're showing. Wait, no, that was it. No, phone, stop. I'm trying to scroll over, and my phone's
There,
like,
he's trying to
oh,
buy the viewers. Let him.
yeah, let me boost my own viewers. I need to get it. Damn it, that's not what I want. I want another tier list. Where's the tier list?
I don't know. Where is it?
I'm trying to look for it. They're like, I'm seeing this, and like, they're not. Hmm. Wait. I
See,
know we were just in the middle of talking about this. I'm just like, this is how it goes for us. We don't plan. We do not plan. Okay, here we go. Okay, so basically you can help somebody. It's boosting the stream, so you get to boost it for amount of monies. What they have is for 1,000 recommendations. It's a recommend. Basically, I think it's supposed to go like the front page of everybody's. Like it shows like recommended streamers or something on the front of Twitch. Like that is where it shows, I believe. So for 1,000 recommendations is $1, and then 3,000 is $2.97. So it's like, oh hey, 3 cents cheaper. Like okay, but here's the problem about that. That money is not being given to the streamer at all. They don't receive any of that boost money. It's just like all that money goes to Twitch. If you do that, like all that kind of money will go straight to Twitch. The streamer sees none of it. And if that recommendation does nothing, like if no one clicks on the recommendations to begin with, then you've just wasted money in general.
yeah.
Because all it is, it's a recommendation. It's like I said, it'll just pop up right there in the recommended live streamers tab. And trust me when I say, not a lot of people actually look at that. They'll go to like they'll go to the categories and pick the game they want to watch, or they search up something.
Or they follow, go to the ones they actually watch already.
Yeah.
Like,
And the only time I usually find somebody different for me is I'll go to the category and see if there's just anything whatever, or I go to the follows and either two things happen. Either one, I see somebody's hosting somebody and if it looks interesting, okay. Or if I'm in the middle of watching a stream and they go raid somebody, then I see how it is when I get put into their channel. I'm like, okay, do I follow this person or not?
hmm,
Or do I watch their stream or do I not? Yeah, no. Usually I don't stay very long on those streams. Unless it's like someone who's like really damn entertaining.
I like watching people that's also good at games. Like, it doesn't really have to be entertaining. It could be really fun to just like I could sit down and watch esports because it's kind of fun to watch people be good at a game.
Depends on the game for me. If it's COD esports, I am out. I don't care. Milix, I don't like COD.
I
I
can
don't like.
sit
Nope.
down and watch Counter Strike with no issues.
Nope. Don't like that game either.
You don't like shooters in general, basically,
No, I
except
do like
Halo.
shooters. I just don't like those two. I don't like popular stuff. Popular stuff gets on my nerves.
Okay, good for you. I've watched
You guys.
like Dota 1. No, not Dota. StarCraft 2.
Mm,
A few years ago. That was just like I was like, yes, I understand this.
Dota
Nope.
2 isn't too bad. It's not too bad of
I don't
a
think I've
game.
seen Dota 2. I played it a little bit. I didn't understand it.
But what was it I was gonna say? Distracted me with a damn esports talk. Or watching somebody like that. Like, I had something in my head, but then I just lost it. Oh wait, hold on. I said,
Hmm.
no, no, I don't know what it was. Thanks. Go off into a tangent, and I immediately don't know what I want to talk about.
Golf. You want to
Sure
talk
as hell
about
wasn't golf.
golf?
No, don't know what it was. That's great. All right. Well, uh, one thing I know we brought this up already in the previous one, but I just want to bring one thing up again. I just noticed I have not been looking on my phone at Discord channel. My bad. I'm on Discord to see what Kenny's been posting. uh,
Mixer,
Discord is
sir. I did.
yeah. They were saying, consider you guys can't see it on screen. That yeah, Mixer. That's that.
Yeah. The only thing you can see on my screen is a fucking big picture of two people talking and a guy listening. Loses audience. That's what they call it. Audience.
One thing I actually think I'm probably gonna do is I am gonna make a separate channel. Like I've pretty much, I'm probably am gonna make a separate channel. And Restream has an option where you can link Discord, so you can like put it in a server like a Discord channel, and it'll output over to Restream. So in that case, people there can also talk, and it'll be on stream. So that's an
Oh
option.
my god.
Oh my god! Sound like fucking Cartman or Kirito from SAO Abridged. Maybe channel talk to. I mean, yeah, pretty much. Not sure how that would work.
Don't worry, we freak out people anyways. Somehow.
Yeah, Sweet just has to talk and he freaks somebody out. It's no wonder he hasn't got an affiliate yet.
Ah. At least I've been close. How about you? What's the closest you've been?
Honestly, my only issue is just the average. Nothing
Yeah,
else.
but I have had free average. But the issue was I had fucking I had I was there was when I came back after like an electric they had shut down our electricity and I came back I got set like
I mean, the real problem is
free
that
average.
people are so damn finicky about it. I mean, you don't need. I don't really have in terms of an actual community members, except for at this point just Candy at this rate. I mean, yeah, there's other people too, people in this Discord server, but it's like I don't really have a big enough one, especially with Twitch, because it's like if somebody shows up, it's like, oh, hey, I'll give you a follow, like check out all this stuff. I don't see that person again. It's just a follow, and it's done.
I have gotten a few one for I have one recently that coming back. What would people play D&D with?
It's like I usually don't get them to come back.
Yeah, see, it's not me that is the problem. It's you. You scare away the people.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. To answer your question though, Kenny, he's offline, as you can probably tell.
Yeah, he
Ugh.
he's Americano. El Americano.
Always too patient. Yeah, I don't know. Plus, again, with the timings I do things, which I'm probably gonna start streaming a little bit later, not earlier. See my point? Later for a reason, because I'm trying to give myself a different time to do things. It is a really weird timing I have to do these. So I was gonna mention this that next week I kind of have a weird plan that I want to try out, which is to from now on go to sleep around 8, 9, like from 8 to 10, somewhere around there. Uh, go to sleep around there at PM, like at night, like do that, and then wake up around say 4 or 5 in the morning, and then stream sometime around then, because then everyone else is asleep. Usually, yeah, everyone's basically asleep at that time, and they don't wake up until about 8, maybe 10 at the latest, but usually around 8, like 7 or 8. So it's like I have a few hours there to work with. So
Yeah,
in that case, streams would be starting later, but also for people across seas, be better for them.
yeah. Still for Americans, it's gonna be like, oh my
For
god.
Americans, yeah, it's gonna be like, fuck. Well, actually, no, not just Americans, just all of America, like North and South, just the West. Okay, depending on what side of the world you're on, I guess you can call it the New World in this case, because that's what it was first titled. I was gonna say like the West side, but like two people, in Europe and all of that, they're the West. So it's like, it's whatever the fuck. It's weird because if you say Western, it usually means America, like the continents,
Mm.
while the Eastern side is closer to like over in Japan and all that, like they're the Eastern side of the world. It's confusing because again, Europe comes, or I don't know if it was Europe or UK or something that came up with it, but then like, oh hey no, we're the Western side. Like what? I don't know. Can't tell which world side of the world you're on. Hmm. Oh, you live on Mars. How's the what? What would it be? Would it be the future or the past on Mars? What do you think? Because okay, the way it works is that uh, there are less rotations. I think it moves slower or to move faster.
No, it's longer rotation because it's far from the sun. It's a longer
Yeah,
rotation for a
yeah, you're
day.
right. So longer rotations. So rotations are a lot longer. So days are slower. So uh, hmm.
So a day on Mars is different than a day on.
Yeah, I think it's like 40. Is it 40 days? Is a year there, or is it four? I forget what it is over there. What Mars a Mars year is? I don't know. Weird stuff. I can actually look that up real quick. Hold on. I'm actually very curious. Uh, what is always some random stuff? Oh no, no. Yeah, 40 days would be like Mercury, I bet. No. I'm stupid. Mars, a year is 687 days. Duh, longer.
But is it double than Earth?
Oh my god. No, Mercury is 88. So Mercury is 88 days, Venus is 225, Earth 365, 687. No, it's less than double. Jupiter. Guess how long Jupiter's is?
1,000?
12 years is an orbital period. So 12
The fuck
years.
is Pluto then?
Well, I don't know, but Neptune is 165 years. Like holy hell. Let's see. What is Pluto?
But then, so that means that the lifespan of a person on Mars would be half.
Pluto is 248 years.
Yeah, that would basically means that the lifespan of people would be halved if they moved to Mars.
In a sense of orbital, yeah. Granted, I'm sure at that point the way it works is that they would introduce a star calendar or like a universal calendar, like how they do in a lot of sci-fi stuff, like Star Trek and all that. They have like a actual star date, basically. So that's kind of what they would work with instead of Earth. Or they'll probably take Earth's and just say, like, "Hey, this is our star date now."
Yeah, but it's so weird. Like, but basically, it's so weird to think about time like that. It's like just because 1 minute on March is not like a minute here, because a minute there is still in a rotation.
Man.
I think it's slower on Mars.
But yeah, that's something to note. I mean, they had the movie of it before, but like some of Kenny's mentioned, like how they had the movie. I forget what it was called, but it was that guy who, or that, or the kid who was raised on Mars, and he went to Earth to talk to, to meet up with his pen pal or whatever, like whatever thing like that. Like okay, pen pal or try to be with her or anything like that. Point is, I did that, and he basically would have died. Which I didn't see the movie, so I'm going off the trailer. But some of like the guy would have died being there because he's like super weak because he was raised on Mars. Which think
Mm-hmm.
of it that way: if you have the person who is raised on Mars and goes to Earth, probably gonna die because different situation. If you're raised on Earth and go to Mars, might be a little bit different for you. Might become John Carter over there, freaking jumping super high in the Mars dunes. God, I fucking love John Carter. By the way, I need to get the books. It's like the Princess of Mars is what it's called. I think I got the that bit free, but I think there's more books on it, like of that like story. I wish I would have made more, but you know how it is. Hollywood and all that's like, oh hey, we'll make one movie. People like it. That's it. We're done. If it's not a box office hit, you ain't getting a sequel.
Yeah.
Am I boring you?
No,
We talk some Mars.
I don't mind that. You're a nerd, so.
Eh. Oh, and apparently Eris, which I think is the red star, is 558 years. What is Eris? Oh, dwarf planet. That's what that is. Like, what? I just saw a red light from the picture on here. It's a dwarf planet. All right, that makes sense. So what the hell? I don't know much of the new stuff when it comes to planets and everything. All right.
Nor do I.
Flipping it. Yeah. So I guess we're kind of done with that whole bit of our tangent, which that's basically this entire podcast. Tangents. Another thing to mention real quick for anyone wondering in the future. Uh, yeah. So on my channel, I screwed up, or my computer screwed up. I don't know which happened. I'm missing the VODs for episodes. What was it?
31 and
31,
32.
32, and 33.
Did you have 33?
Nope.
Huh.
So I'm missing 31, 32, 33. Those three episodes. No, no, no. Actually, yeah, no, you're right. 31, 32. I forgot about that. I still have 33. 31, 32. They're gone. So I don't know what happened. I had them. They were in my videos list for my recordings, and I was editing uh whatever it was. I was editing 31, and it's just gone now. I think because what happened is like whenever I turned my computer on, it would say like your F drive, because that's what it is. Like your F drive needs to be repaired, and like push any button to skip repair. I didn't notice that until it was too late, and then when I looked back, it said it was already repairing. I'm like, oh well, great, all right. Who knows what's gonna happen now? I think what happened is it deleted those videos
Hmm.
because they're gone. I'm like, why? Where'd they go? So
Into
so stupid.
oblivion.
So Windows, I'm pretty sure deleted my videos, and yeah, so that really sucks. So as for YouTube playlist wise, those are gone,
Yep, I'm
and I'm
missing
gonna have to
20,
substitute
I
with
think,
yours.
on mine.
Yeah,
Cause
I'm just gonna have to substitute it with yours, with your videos of it, and just be like, hey, the playlist is full every episode.
I wonder if my
Just the two of them
playlist
are
is
not
still
mine.
updating or not.
I don't know.
I have
I
it
need to.
automatic updating, but as of late,
I also need to make all the thumbnails because I have not been wanting to. It's not hard. It's literally just open up the picture, type in episode and then the episode number, and then lower the opacity, and then done.
yeah, I'm
Because
still
if it's all the way
missing
up, then it's too
two
bright.
things.
Yeah, 31, 32. Yeah, 31, 32, and boss 33. I have not made the thumbnails for them.
You've just been lazy lately.
Yeah, that's about how it works. Let's go back to dissing Twitch. Uh, Hold on a minute. I'm listening to music in the background, and I have it on a separate device, so only I can hear that. And it just went to freaking Star Wars Cantina music. Like, all right,
No, I'm missing 18.
weird.
Okay, why am I why haven't it auto uploaded the latest stuff? Is it because I'm exporting the videos?
Make sure you hit private. I mean, not. Make sure you public when you export them. because it freaking defaults to private.
I normally do that unless I upload multiple videos. Okay, so I need to.
But yeah, okay. I guess we can go back to the Twitch dissing, the main.
Well, we're not gonna diss them now, I guess. 'Cause you already dissed
Well,
them.
okay, we could maybe just a little bit. But it's Twitch.
Just a little bit, okay, please. Like,
Yeah,
just a
well,
little
actually, no. We still
bit.
have something to diss about, but it follows that and that's what it is. Slap them, pat them on the head, and then backhand them. It's like, yeah, well, we had to even you out, buddy. You were a bit, yeah, like a uh, one side of your face was just like had a handprint on it. We needed to hurry up and slap the other side. This has sounded very abusive, but it's the fucking metaphor I went with, so I'm rolling with it. Okay, sorry. Twitch. Yeah, for anybody who has Discord, for one, and is in plenty of servers, you probably got notified a lot, like me. I had like 6 servers notify me. All right. I even put it in mine at like 3 in the afternoon. So it's like, all right, well, everyone's already heard of it, but you know what? Sure.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So Twitch had a breach, as they put it, a security breach where they got hacked, and it was more than what people are letting on. The source code for Twitch, that is what got leaked. So the actual source code of the entire website and infrastructure got leaked, which had a lot in it. How the site works, all this other crazy stuff. I guess a lot of the encoding, I guess. And of course, accounts. So, yeah, everybody's account also got leaked. And that includes possibly your password, which is hashed apparently, which just basically means it's encoded, but it's not too hard to, decode that. So, not a good idea. You got that. Your stream key probably got, leaked as well. Which
But
everyone at
they.
that point was, yeah, the thing is like, everyone basically was recommending, like, okay, change your password, enable 2FA, which if people don't have two-factor authentication on like almost everything you own, just do it. It's not hard. Just download Google Authenticator, Authy for Twitch, and it works for other stuff too. Which I don't use Authy for a good reason, which I'll explain here in a bit. And then just whatever else, whatever authenticator app you want to use. Again, I don't recommend Authy. I will tell you why in a minute. Uh, so basically, do that, and also they said to reset your stream key. I did all that, and then the next day, Twitch is like, "Oh, hey, so we just reset your stream key for everybody, so just for precaution, like, it's a good thing I don't use my stream key much now, because that'd have been a pain to reset it, put it back into OBS, and then have them reset it for me to do that again. Thankfully, OBS just has a lock-in page. It's like, goddamn. If I was still using Restream, actually, I think it would still do that, like Restream to stream with. Like, I think it would still ask me to use the stream key. Like, all right, but I'm not doing that
Streamlabs
now.
doesn't use StreamK anymore.
Yeah. Restream does, but it's like, it needs a stream key to connect to all the different platforms if you're going to stream to them. But in my case, I won't need it because it's just chat. Which, granted, actually, I haven't checked that. Let me make sure of that real quick. Should be grayed out if not. Oh, shit. No, it is broke. I have not been getting Twitch chat. If somebody's been talking this entire time, my freaking bad.
No one's been talking on my side.
I don't know if anyone's been talking on my side. If someone has been, oh boy.
It's
I highly
echoing like
apologize.
crazy
I gotta
for me.
fix
Candy, stop being a
freaking.
little bitch.
I gotta
If you're
fix
gonna
this.
open up Twitch and then listening to Discord at the same time, it's your own fault.
Yeah, can I authorize? Come on, hurry up. Freaking out. I hate these like authorized pages where you click it and it just doesn't actually do anything. Just sits
Time
there.
to ban Cannigan.
Broken.
I
Nope, there we go. Connection expired. Please remove your chat. Are you fucking serious? All right, I'm having to deal with this whole escapade. Connect, authorize. It literally said to reauthorize. You can't add more than one Twitch channel. It's not on there anymore. Are you serious? Trying to add a channel. What?
How's it going?
Clearly not well, because I just removed. Okay, now I'm having issues reloading the damn page. Are you serious? Reload. Fuck's sake, now it's
Twitch
there.
is broken, by the way. For people wondering, Twitch has been so broken since the breach.
Yeah, let me refresh the chat page and make sure it still works. Okay, it works. So, hey, if anyone's been in the chat and probably left by now because, like, oh, hey, this guy's not interacting with me, like, this is a terrible streamer, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It
can
wasn't
you?
my fault.
Why did you leave his stream? Shaking my head.
Yeah, I did not mean to do that. I don't know. That one wasn't my fault. That was Restream and Twitch for getting hacked. But you know what? That's not entirely their fault either. So
Yeah,
okay, that's fixed now. So if anyone's been talking, yeah, now I can see it. Son of a bitch. Yeah. Oh, speaking of, that's another thing that got leaked was everyone's earnings. I forgot to mention that. Everyone's earnings also got leaked, and for some reason, people are pissed off.
I'm like, what?
People are pissed off because they're like, "Hey, you're making this much money? What the hell?" Like, yeah, you didn't think they did? Like, you honestly didn't think that people were getting this much money out of it? There are people over there donating or like cheering like thousands of bits and like,
Basically
almost a
giving
hundred
away
dollars
their.
every donation or $50 per donation. Like, yeah, they're getting a lot of money. The big streamers, like, they're getting a lot of money, and you just didn't think it was gonna be much. What do you think they got? Like 500 a day, or like not even not like what 200 to 300 a day, which is normal around here.
But then comes the question: how much do they actually earn, and how much? What's the earnings compared to what they get? Because yes, they may earn all that, but how much do they have to like pay? Some of the big streamers actually pays the moderators they have.
I mean, yeah, you can either pay. Well, either way, I mean, sure, yeah, you have to pay moderators. Maybe you pay for other stuff, like emotes, all that stuff, which that's not really counted in your whatever gross expense. Or is it gross or net? I think it's gross, but like that expense.
I mean, it's a
So
business expense either way.
kind of. But I mean, plus you also think about taxes, which is a very weird thing for me. I don't understand how that works. Do you pay the tax as you can you pay the tax as you get it, or is this just straight up at the end of the year whenever you're doing W-2s for American? I don't know what it is for you guys.
I don't know,
Uh,
but yeah, that's another thing.
your
Like,
basically tax forms. Like we have to do
because
tax forms at the end of the year, and if you haven't paid taxes, then it will ask you to pay taxes, like flat.
yeah,
So
and
I mean, you could do it monthly. I think people do it monthly. Like they'll do like a monthly tax, doing taxes monthly or something, and then you just throw that in. I don't know how it works because I've never been. It's more a thing for like entrepreneurs and large content creators that do this kind of thing, like full times. I think it's like monthly. Mods get paid. How much do you pay, Alex? None, because he's
yeah,
never there.
yeah, I'm not getting paid enough.
No one's there.
I'm now here
Why?
watching you.
Why? Yeah, because we're doing a collab that doesn't count.
Oh wow, it doesn't come when we collab. Okay, I see how it is.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Doesn't count when we collab. It has to be when I'm doing a stream. Just when you're not a part of the stream itself, then it counts. But you're a part of the stream, so it doesn't count.
I mean, and also at this point, if you start streaming more daily, I might be able to actually watch for once.
I mean, if my thing works starting next week, if my idea works, then I might stream more. My main problem with streaming, which you know, because I've said it to death, and plenty of other people also know that I've like said if they were there listening, is that yeah, it's mainly just like people are usually still awake. I mean, before we started, maybe a couple minutes beforehand, people were still being loud in the living room, still being loud, and my little sister was still awake, doing whatever. And at any point, she can just like jump in here and start being super loud and everything. And it's like, if she came in here with just quiet, just like sit in the other chair that I still have. I want to get rid of it. That, or you know, wherever, just like sat in my room, didn't make noise, just watched her videos or whatever. Sure, sure, she can be in here. I don't care. But no, she's loud as hell. Like it's kind of hard to do a stream when you have to do that. And also, she gets into a lot of stuff. She gets into a lot of things. She has to make a mess, I guess. So it's like, yeah, that doesn't work either. I can't pay attention to that and stream.
Yeah. Just wait a few years and then she's a little bit calmer, probably.
Yeah, yeah, probably be better. Probably it depends. It really depends on that one. But yeah, basically, like this would kind of avoid that because she's usually never, unless like she slept like super late during her nap, but like earlier in the day, she's usually never awake by 4. Like she's usually always asleep at least at that point. So I feel like I'd have plenty of good luck doing it then.
Yeah. And it would be easier for me to collab with you also because then I don't
Yeah,
have
because then
to.
you can actually have a decent nap before. Because about 4 is about 10 for you, which is gonna be what? When does your thing end? Your daylight savings?
Yes.
No, well, do you know when?
I think last Sunday.
Oh, it already ended.
No, last Sunday of October.
Oh, last night of October. Okay, yeah. So for you then November 7th for me.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter anyways because I have been awake for a few hours.
I know. I'm just saying, like in general, as in like it would be an extra hour between us. Because I think right now it's 6.
Mm.
I
You're
think,
always gonna
or
be a
it would be
six, but then
7.
you have that one like week or two where
Yeah, it's like for 7 hours.
five.
Is it? Because no, it went back an hour. Because we're gaining an hour when daylight savings ends. We'll get an extra hour thrown in.
Yeah, we go back 1 hour. Yeah,
Yeah,
6 minus 1 is 5.
but it's plus. We go back an hour, so we get added. So it'll be like 2 o'clock, and then the second, well, say for example, if it's
At
no,
two,
we'll say
at
it's one
3,
o'clock.
it
As
switches
soon as it
back to
turns
2.
2, yeah, so it's an extra hour added. We don't take away any hours. We add an hour onto it.
Not this time. This time we go backwards in time.
Well, yeah, but it still adds an hour on. I'm saying in general of our life, we add another hour. So I guess like I'm just
Yeah,
going through that kind of
yeah,
game.
but it's still 5 hours between us after. Because we go back an hour still, and I go before. It's same when you
Yeah,
go
yeah, no,
forward
no,
enough.
no, no. It still will be that though, because
It wouldn't be
it would
seven
work if
hours.
it would work if it was me. If it was me, it'd be 7 hours. But if it was you, it's 5.
Yeah, and I go before you, so it's 5 hours.
Yes, that'd be 5. I'm saying if it was for me, then it would be 7. But
Here's the funny part though, is cause Norm it's so weird because I don't understand it. Americans start before us, but they also end after us.
we just have a lot of it. I guess a lot of daylight savings, which they just need to get rid of. Honestly, they need to get rid of it.
Uh,
It's pointless to have it.
I don't know if we are gonna like here in Sweden. We don't know if we're gonna or not. Like it's been so much talk
We were
about
in
like we should.
talks. We were in talks about doing it, and apparently we had we had a vote like at Congress, like we had a vote to say like, should we end it before it began. I think it was like before it began, like there was a vote to say, hey, should we actually start this or should we just like skip it and just say, no, we're not going to do it this time? I'm pretty sure it almost won, but in the end, it just got pushed aside. Like, nah, just let it happen. Like, okay. I mean, honestly, I still think it should because at that point, it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of stupid. I mean, it's an old thing. It's something we used to like that would be needed years ago, but now it doesn't matter, and everyone's just like, well, it's a thing to use, so uh, whatever it is, like at night, night won't come quicker, or whatever it is, like it'll be brighter during the day. So their point is saying like in the early morning when kids have to go to the bus or something, like walk to the bus, it won't be like super dark and be like an issue. Like that is their reasoning for it, or one of the reasonings that people keep spouting, and it's just like, sure, but you know what? Fuck it. I used to freaking love walking when it's dark and having to deal with that.
Darkness, miles. What?
Mm.
Not have friend. Not even the darkness is my friend.
You're just sitting there wanting okay. Uh you're just sitting there having no friends, lull in the dark, and then
Oh
out of
no, wait.
nowhere,
Oh god, I just know something. My mouse is still showing on stream. So the mouse is moving around the stream.
yeah, it does that window captures. But
Oh, can I remove the mouse? Nope.
you should be. I think so in the settings. That might just be game
Uh,
captures. But
oh, I accidentally moved the
yes. I wasn't saying.
properties. I
One
can
thing.
do additional settings. Capture cursor. Okay, done.
What was I just talking about?
Is it capturing my cursor? Which thing is capturing my cursor? It still shows a stream. Ay ay ay. Yes, man.
I'm starting to think I have actually bad memory problems these days. I don't know what it is, but it's like it's getting really hard to remember what I just talked about.
We talked about.
I mean, I know like the base overall topic of what we just talked about, but I'm saying like the literal last
I
thing I said.
don't know because I was occupied with
Yeah, you were
what my
occupied with that,
mouse
and
is
I was like,
still showing. Why is my
as soon
mouse
as you
still
started
showing?
talking about that, like I stopped talking. I mean, if Candy can bring it up, then sure. Like, all right, that's something to help out with. I don't fucking know. I don't know. The little last thing I said. Oh, fuck you too. Anyway,
What did I do?
one time with you was on Candy.
You said you too.
Two as in TOO.
No, they need a new word. They need new words in English. It doesn't sound the same everywhere.
Yeah, I hate to tell you, but there's only one way to say something in English half the time. Sure, we have our freaking synonyms. It's like, oh, you can say these multiple words that mean one thing. That's the problem. For us, multiple words can mean one thing, while in other languages, one thing can mean multiple things. One word can mean multiple things. In another language, in English, multiple words mean one thing. We're so limited. I mean, granted, in other languages, it's the same thing too. They get both. We just get one. I still want to learn another language. I'm not really interested in English these days.
Learn French.
I've heard that's easy, like learning French. Like it's not actually that hard because it's a lot of things are actually very tied to English.
Yeah,
I say Spanish is actually pretty difficult because it's like Yoda speak is what they like coin it as. It's not like, it's Yoda speak where things are backwards. So if the way it works is like an adjective comes before the or wait, shit. The adjective comes after. That's what I'm gonna say. The adjective comes after the noun in this case. When it's supposed to be the other way around in English. So it's like, if you want to say whatever it is, trying to think of an example. Like you say like, that's a cool, he's a very cool guy. If you're trying to say that, instead you'll say like, he's a guy, he's a very guy cool, or he's a guy very cool. That's what it is. In a sense, like that's how it sounds. very random stuff. Yeah, I don't speak that. I want to learn Russian. That's one language I do want to learn is Russian.
I
I figured it'd
don't.
actually be kind of interesting. I figured it'd be interesting, kind of learning that.
No.
Two languages I want to learn: Russian, because why not? It's one of the most random things I can think of that not a lot of people know, and that's a good thing. Not a lot of people know it. It's cool to be saying things nobody can understand half the time. Then two, I want to learn Japanese. So yes, freaking call me the weeb now.
Weeb.
I do. I mean, come on, it'd be better to learn Japanese in a way. It's just the problem is it's so much work because they have three alphabets.
That's
Yeah,
four. I think
I
that.
think it's three.
I think it's.
No, no, it's
I think it's the fourth one is not just though. I think there's three just one, and the fourth one is
yeah,
like.
it's kanji, katakana, and hiragana.
Yeah, and then
So yeah,
there's
like
like an
those three.
old, which I think is classified as formal. Like,
Right, but again, no one really uses it, so it's just those three. Like, it's those three in modern day. So yeah, the fact is, I'd have to learn all three of those if I really wanted to learn. And for what I heard from somebody, I think they told me to learn katakana or it was a hiragana. I think they said learn one of those two first, do a kanji later. But then I'm like, well, the problem is kanji is used almost everywhere. So if you really want to actually read in Japanese, that is the main thing that is everywhere is kanji. And katakana is the other one's like another one, but it's like mainly kanji. It's like it's depressing.
yeah,
Yeah. I used to be bilingual, but I forgot
just
Spanish.
stop speaking
I
Spanish.
didn't have any, I didn't have a reason to speak it anymore. No one I talked to at the time spoke Spanish. So it's like, why even bother keep trying? So I just forgot a lot of it because I didn't really speak it that much.
So how about me? I just stopped learning Swedish.
Oh no, it's
Like,
I
I'm
did,
not
that is the
kidding.
thing
Like,
I want to
I
learn.
tried to. I'm sitting in the middle of a fucking thing talking with them and be like, I don't know what to say because I don't know what words.
Right.
Because my brain functions
You're
in
welcome to me.
English. That's the issue.
Uh,
I've noticed that
but you
also.
could. Go ahead.
I've noticed that also when I sit and play. Normally, sometimes you know how people sometimes say something when something goes bad.
Mm-hmm.
I do that in English too.
Makes sense. Yeah. Just have a refresher, Candy. Am I the reason you got into Halo Custom Edition? Because almost everyone that's from my community, at the very least, that's where I know them from, is because of my damn old tutorial of it. Like, hey, how to play Halo Custom Edition multiplayer. Like, I don't know how the hell it got that fucking popular. Everyone else knew how to do it. That's the thing. Everyone knew how to do it. It's just I made the video, and I don't know where it became popular. And still people were doing it. I'm like, why? I get the how to play campaign because there's a ton of custom campaigns that haven't made it to the MCC, but why the multiplayer? I don't know. It's like you just get MCC, get Game Pass, you got it done. Now, if you're just one for the multiplayer, cool. And with Season 8, the stuff's getting updated, so it's like makes it more classical.
Yeah,
Yeah, here's a thing though, buddy. 8 years ago, I'm pretty sure I still had the video up. Actually, no wait. 2015 was the original, I think. Or was it
and that's
2014?
less than 18.
2015 is the no 8. That's what he said. But 2015 is when that video got uploaded. I think I changed the title because people were think I was thinking that people would see the number 2015 and they're like, "Oh, this is an old video. I want a newer video to tell me how to do this." So I bumped up the number in the title.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know. Just curious.
Well,
I've been on YouTube a very long time. I'm pretty sure I'm actually been on YouTube longer than Markiplier has.
That's kind of funny.
And still, I mean, honestly, I was a kid at the time, so it's like, of course, my shit was terrible. But I've actually been on YouTube longer than he has. But again, I was a kid, so
Tiredness.
all my shit was terrible.
Woo. Also, let's start thinking about something really, well, not relate to Halo, but the company that made Halo from the start, which doesn't do it anymore, I guess.
Okay, we're gonna do that now.
But I started thinking about
Bungie assholes.
Destiny.
Yeah, assholes.
Yeah, like,
They just been terrible. Okay, I want to hold on. I want to mention this. So I want to take lead with this one mostly because I have someone to follow with, and it pisses me off.
oh no.
So it's not about Bungie; it's about the fucking community. As for friggin' usual, they will not listen to any bit of reason. I tried telling them my idea that I said that Bungie should go along with, and they're like, "No, no, that'd break things. No, no, that'd be bad. That'd be bad." And they just call me an idiot because I just thought of the idea. I'm like, "All right, fine. You can just say like, nah, that's not really gonna work. Like, I don't know, it could work. Like, no, not really. That's it. Not, oh, it's what you can't read. You stupid. Like, it's the internet, people. You're always gonna get fucking thrown against the wall in this shit. But anyway, for the context, Bungie, in response of adding another expansion, the Witch Queen, they're gonna get rid of another expansion and a destination. They're getting rid of Forsaken and the Tangled Shore, which is where Forsaken takes place, and it was introduced there. That is getting shelved into their vault.
It's probably not coming out either because
Yeah, I mean, the way I see it is that if something gets vaulted, it's not coming out for at least a few years or more.
uh, and by then they probably have already started thinking about the idea of making Destiny 3, even though they say they don't.
I don't think they're going to. I think they're just gonna stick with two. I think that's their idea. Is that the only reason why Destiny 2 was made is because Destiny 1 was too old an engine to continue on. Like they needed to make another one because Destiny 1 was created in mind for 360 and PS3. That was their ideas for it. Was it was just limited to that. While this one went to Xbox One, PS4, and I think soon
PC.
enough PC. Actually, no, PC wasn't there already. So it was like for them. So it was like completely upgradable as it went on. Like the infrastructure is still the same, the net code and all that's still the same to upgrade on with the new generation and higher end PCs. So Destiny 2 works. It's the only reason why it was made is just because old engine was terrible. So
Hmm.
point is, they keep vaulting things because like, oh, we need the storage space. Like, it's so you guys can have enough space on your
I'm
things.
like,
We don't want to become a Call of Duty, which I get. Like, no one wants 200 gigs to install a game. Thanks, Activision. Learn how to freaking compress your storage, your updates. You don't. Fucking 20. I think the last update I had was like 10 gigs for bug fixes.
I'm sure you didn't play Ark.
Trust me. And then you have Cyberpunk, which, it's that I understand because Cyberpunk was terribly launched and every update since has been bug fixes. That makes sense to have that big of an update. It's like, you need to fix your damn game. You have a lot of shit to fix
Yeah,
with, which they've gotten better, but they need to keep going. Become the No Man's Sky. Horrible launch, great game now. So
yeah.
keep it up. But Bungie, yeah, no. They do that. And my idea was to take the Halo Master Chief Collection stand, like take that idea of where each game you can install the campaign or the multiplayer if you want to, and that increases your thing and you just take it away. Call of Duty does this now, where now that you can take away the campaign, multiplayer, zombies, just keep whatever you want to. So, stuff like that. In this case, take away destinations, take away expansions, stuff like that. So that would be locked. I mentioned that and everyone gets pissed off. They're like, no, that wouldn't work because Bungie would have to have so much upkeep. Because like, oh, they have to worry about all these DLCs, and every time they introduce a new one with new mechanics, then it means they have to go back and tweak all the old ones so everything stays balanced. Which I get, that makes sense, but they wouldn't listen to reason because that's all they would say. They just say, hey, it needs to be rebalanced every damn time. It's too much work on Bungie. I'm like, can you stop fucking babying them? Can you
And
stop
also,
babying the
they
company?
still, because if they're gonna re-add this content in the future, they're still gonna have to balance it anyway. So I don't understand where the
I think
issues
the
come from.
problem I think the problem is their excuse for it is that if it's vaulted, then it's gonna keep getting balanced. Which I just noticed that Candy's not like watching. That's cool. Uh,
Just listening.
is he?
Yeah, I have it. I have my screen open. I can see the audience.
I'm not showing an audience. It's just not there.
It isn't my. Is my bugged?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he left.
Don't. If Discord's minimized, it won't update. So you have to keep it open. But yeah, no, you left. Anyway, what was I saying? Uh, they're basically getting pissed off because of all that, but I think their excuse is that if it's vaulted, they have plenty of time to rebalance things in the background, and then they'll introduce it back in the future. Like that's their idea
Which
of
is kind
it.
of BS because I think that if they add something new, the easiest way to balance something is by letting it exist. Because then you can say, okay, we need to fix this and this issue because. Uh,
And the problem is, we still have 3 years to deal with because we have to deal with the Witch Queen.
and let me guess, they're gonna
Uh,
next time they're gonna vault, which is it? What's it called? Shadow Cape.
Probably. So I mean, we have to deal with Witch Queen, Lightfall, and I forget what the last one's called. Like the one they introduced at the recent Destiny
Yeah, I don't know either.
thing. But like they have that new one. They have 3 expansions left. And then I think after that, because it's like the end of the Light and Darkness saga, is what they're calling it. So
And after
it's
that,
gonna be the
there
end of
is.
that. And then after that, then they can start reintroducing things because that's like this whole saga is
I
supposed to be
can
them
see how
introducing new
they are
items.
like. Because what I understood is that the darkness is eating everything, which kind of makes sense that they're removing content for that. But
I mean, how they gonna explain this part? It's just gonna be like, oh no, pyramids and everything started landing on. As soon as the Witch Queen comes out, it's like, hey, they just attacked the Tangled Shorts. It's done. Can't deal with that now.
yeah, but then you come back to the point. It's like, okay, so say everything is about the darkness eating up everything around them, which is okay, makes sense. I I'm not denying that fact, and that works.
Mm.
But what is the explanation when, like, say, March is coming back? What is the idea? How will they explain the story about that? Where is the lure gonna go?
I
Because this
don't
is the
know. And I mean, honestly, at this rate, I just don't even want to play Destiny 2 anymore. Because I mean, it's kind of annoying me to the point. Because I mean, I don't like the idea of if you miss a week or two, which usually they let you catch back up a little bit in some way, or if you miss
well
a season,
now it's
it's
easier
done.
to.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
I mean, even still, I mean, you're still missing things because all you get is text. All you get is just like a little bit of text saying, "Hey, this thing happened." Like, that's cool and all, but why don't you like release the cutscenes? Let people watch the cutscenes from that,
I think
and
they
then just
do
do
that
that.
now because you have the whole.
Well, they haven't.
I haven't played since
No,
Fury.
they can. They have like the last. I think they have like one thing before it where you can go back because like the last one, like the season of the Splicer or whatever it was called. Uh, like yeah, the Splicer and then the Lost. So you have both the Servitor and Marasov. Like you have both of them that you can do the different season things for. So 2 seasons worth. So I guess that works, but I don't think they have anything beforehand. They did, I don't remember it. But it's like, yeah, you should just let people be able to go back and deal
Hmm.
with stuff. Watch it all and see what happened. I'm sure you can look it up, but if it's not in your game and you have to look elsewhere for the content, it's not exactly good.
Yeah,
Like
but
I
still,
don't know.
and I'm still against this vaulting stuff.
I'm
Uh,
not a fan of the vaulting. I'm not a fan of, again, the if you missed a season, you're fucked. It's kind
uh,
of the same way in a lot of other games with seasons and battle passes and stuff. It's like, hey, if you missed it, you're screwed. You don't get it back. You don't ever get it. At least that's one thing with Halo, is that what they're doing is that if the new season comes out, you miss nothing from the prior season. It'll still be there. So we're on season 8 of MCC, and you can still go back to season 1 and unlock everything from it if you want. You can just go back and unlock it all. It's never gone.
that's good.
Yeah, so you can just keep on playing like that. And if they said Infinite will be the same way. So every time a new season comes out, you don't miss anything in the unlock period. You can just go back and unlock those. You can
That's a
unlock them in
good idea.
tandem. So it's like, do tier 3 of the first one and then go to season 2. Like you do tier 5 of the season 2. Just keep going back and forth if you want. Or finish and
I
then
have
keep
an
going.
even better idea. Just scrap season passes.
I mean, yeah. The way Halo used to work, for example, is that they had the credit system where if you leveled up, uh, did challenges, or uh, basically just play a game or something, like it's like part of your XP is to get credits in a way. So they use that and you go through the customization and you unlock stuff from, like, what level you are. You unlock the higher things and you can buy armor with the credits.
But that is okay in my opinion.
Yeah, and then you couldn't buy credits. Obviously, you can only do it by playing the game. So everything was, nothing was paid to get better.
I mean, skins is still getting better. I've never
Depends on
understood
skin.
that part where people is like, oh, if I have better skins, I'm better. Like, no, no.
Nah, it just means that you're willing to throw money in a game, which I'm not. Think about it in the freaking Genshin whole like shit. It's just like, hey, I'm playing the game. It's like it's a free game. You can play the entire thing for free. But then you're gonna sit there. You're gonna have the people over there who do like 50 rolls a day or something. Like, got a problem. You should stop doing that.
Yeah. What pisses
Losing your
me
money.
off about Genshin though is the server or the region things.
Mm.
Because I'm in Europe, I can't play with you.
And I hate that too. I mean, it's like it'd be nice to not have region locks.
But to a degree, I
I
think
don't
it
know if you
has.
can switch regions, but it might introduce a lot of ping. But I don't know if you can do that.
I mean, on computer and phone, you can just make a new account.
Oh, it locks to your account, right? There's also
But that's the issue with PlayStation is that you can't choose region,
mm.
and probably the same on Xbox. If
Oh, and also you can't crossplay.
yes, you
There's
can.
no PS4. No, there's no PS4 PC crossplay. I don't think.
Genshin has crossplay for all over, but again, it's region locked.
Well, no, it's. Well, I guess crossplay is different. It's not cross progression between
Yeah,
PS4 and that. PS4 has its own progression, and
yeah,
PC and mobile have cross.
yeah. Because I added my friend that plays on PC.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind to continue playing myself. I haven't installed, so I mean, I get on there every once in a while. But it's like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like it'd be nice to play with a friend or
I mean, you could have a
have someone
European
go.
account.
I mean, yeah, but that requires me to make another account.
So
I
I
mean,
need to
I
make
get.
a new account. Okay.
I don't have that many emails. Okay.
How many emails do I have? Two.
Uh, actually, I have plenty. I have one, two, three, four, five.
Why do you have five emails?
My main one that goes for literally everything, so I don't really care too much. Like, I use it for literally everything. I have my personal, which is for like stuff for where I don't want things to clutter it, like random websites to clutter it. It's more of like use it for uh like if my work needs my email, there it is. Um, for just I don't know.
So
Like if it's a
basically more
personal one for like
personal.
just like yeah, like that one's more for like the inner life me. Like that's what that's for. And
I'm getting
the other one is like just for,
more
whatever I want to do
business
online.
side.
Yeah, the other one's like whatever I want to do online. And the Nexus Gaming, that is my brand email. So, it's for people who want to either if, publishers want to send me a game key, or if someone wants to DM me to ask a question for whatever reason. Just use Twitter or Discord. You don't need a DM. I mean, you don't need to, freaking message me, like email me. You could DM on other things. But, there's that. What is it? So, I mean, I got that. I have a throwaway account, which I use for sketchy things. So anything that's like maybe sketchy, I use that email because it's like, if it gets screwed up, I don't care. I just get rid of the email.
Yeah.
So not really a burner email, because a burner email will be like I use it once and then I get rid of it. But in this case, it's just like a throwaway. So it's like, if it gets screwed up, I don't care for it. And then I have my Microsoft email because you have to make one
I
to use
didn't.
my Microsoft account. Yeah, well, I kind of had to. So I have a
I still have
Microsoft.
my Gmail for that one. My Microsoft account.
I use my Yahoo for when I first did it, and then I
Yahoo.
changed it. Same thing for YouTube. My first one was Yahoo. For YouTube, it was a Yahoo account because you could link Yahoo to Gmail. So I did that at first, and it's still there. I need to delete that channel. It's pretty shit. I need to just delete it.
Okay, so I'm just scrolling for YouTube. Do you know what I just saw?
What?
Tales of Arise, Sword Art Online collaboration.
Yeah, you didn't hear about that?
No, I'm not been.
Yeah,
I've
you
been
can
busy.
you can fight Kirito and Asuna, and you can also unlock their costumes for your character. So yeah, I actually really want that game too, Tales of Arise, because it actually does look really good.
I mean, isn't it just a Tales game?
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't played any other Tales games. I have what is it called? Hysteria? Something? I don't remember. I have one of them. Check real quick.
I
Where's my Steam?
have Tales of Berseria.
Yeah, that's one I have. Yeah, okay. I have. Oh no, I have two of them. I have Tales of Berseria and Tales of Zestiria.
What the fuck is the name?
I don't know. So I have those two, and I wouldn't mind getting Arise because that one actually does look pretty nice. I haven't played the other two, so I mean, I'm sure they're great too. Maybe I don't know. So, but yeah, that's the thing that happened. That's kind of funny. Another thing I forgot to mention, like earlier when we were talking about like the Twitch link and everything, why I said Authy not to use. Here's the thing for everybody listening. This is very important. Do not use Authy. Don't. It is not hard to hack that. I've done it. I've hacked Authy. I've hacked my Authy is what I mean. Like my account. Why? Because when you try to log into Authy from another device, it wants you to either put in a backup password or verify with your other device that's already logged in. Thing is, it was on my old phone and that got stolen. So I have my new phone. I mean, I already had the new phone, so it's not like, it got stolen. I had to buy a new one. I already had the new one. Point being, that got stolen. The Authy app was on it, and I couldn't log in at all. And a lot of my 2FA stuff was blocked because I couldn't log in. So it's like, that's pretty shit. And then Evil comes in, shows me this other way. Basically, you go through like the website console or whatever. If you push like F12 on your browser, you'll see it. I think it's F12. But you go through that, you do all these like different things, and yeah, it basically outputs all of your 2FA tokens, which is basically you put that into a Authenticator app, and it will pop out codes to let you log into your accounts. And yeah, that just gets put into a text file. All of them, they're all there for anyone to just take. But of course, you need your email and password. So if someone can get into your account on Authy, that's the main other thing. If they can just get into your account, which doesn't require any other deal with it, just like, hey, you signed into the account, good to go, then you're screwed. Because if somebody knows that way, they can steal all your 2FA codes. And a lot of websites have it where you only need the Authenticator code to actually log in. It's like, sign in using Authenticator app. So yeah, don't use Authy. It's very easy to get into because I've done it, so I know by experience. I haven't gone into other people's accounts, obviously, just mine. But yeah, don't do that. Use Google or something else.
Yeah, I have Google Authenticator.
I use MyKey, which is a password vault and 2FA. So it keeps my passwords. Basically, if anyone's ever used LastPass, this is better because it's all local based. So no one can hack in to the servers and like steal that because nothing's saved online. It's all local. So it's all good. It's saved onto my phone and it's saved onto my computer. So all local. Fun stuff.
Mm. Mm, yeah. So, should we talk about one of the more fun topics? Yes.
Once I catch my breath because I was talking for a long time there. My chest is like, stop.
Fine.
Stop sounding like a dying goat. See, now you just sound like a horrible voice actor who just tried for a zombie. Speaking of zombies,
I'm
I think
fine. I'm perfectly
yeah.
fine. I'm not crazy. You're
Speaking of
crazy.
speaking of zombies, let's do the other half of this title, which is, obviously our title is "What if Twitch got breached?" We talked about the Twitch got briefed, but we haven't talked about the what if yet. So, people who haven't been paying attention to anything Marvel related, for a while now, different shows have came about from Disney. The MCU shows like WandaVision, whatever,
Loki.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Loki. And then the newest, which just ended, is the What If series, which is based off the comics What If, where a lot of crazy stuff happened. If people watch the show and you like that sort of aspect, go read the comics. There's a lot of crazier stuff that's happened. Even just like little things, like I don't know, uh, I don't, I can't really name them, but like there's a lot of good ones. So go watch or go read those. Same with one of the episodes, which I go and spoil what one of the episodes are, is Zombies, Marvel Zombies. That's another comic series. Go watch that. It's way darker, way crazier and darker.
Yeah, I saw
Spoiler.
someone post about that series on Twitter.
Yeah, it's very fucking dark. So I mean, we'll get to that here in a bit. But yeah, the What If series is basically, I guess I'll go and spoil. I don't have the spoiler alert thing on my
I don't have a spoiler alert,
thing, but
so spoilers.
you,
You don't know.
yeah, okay, no need for the crazy emoting. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna talk about spoilers here. This is a spoiler review. We don't usually try to, but at this rate is well, let's just go and do it. So here's spoiler stuff. If anyone you are listening right now and you haven't watched the What If series and you don't want to be spoiled by it, which honestly it's contained episodes. Usually the last uh okay. Each episode is contained, but the last couple episodes bridge it all together in a way. So you don't need to, but it's like we'll go into spoiler territory now. So the point of the What If series is is that after Loki, the end of Loki is that the timeline branches and creates all these different realities. I mean, they were kind of already there, but they were always contained to the singular one. Now it's just like let it all branch out. So what if takes all those branches and shows you Seven of them. Yes, seven.
Yeah, seven.
Eight.
Yes.
Eight. Eight.
No, I think it's seven, and then the eighth is.
Well, I mean, okay, it shows you seven of them, and the eighth one is going to be next season. They've already confirmed that it was
Uh,
because of COVID that they didn't get to show that one. So they're going to do that next season. They're going to show that one off, the
there were
universe.
meant to be a eighth thing happening before the end. There was meant to be 9 episodes this season.
10. There was already 9.
How many episodes was it? Wait, did I miss
9.
some?
Yeah, there are 9 episodes. You've already miscounted. It's hard to remember. But there was
Yeah.
9.
It was so weekly. I'm so unused to weekly stuff. It's weird watching it weekly.
I'm pretty used to weekly for a lot of
Yeah,
things.
same, but it's like weird because nowadays everything
I,
comes out directly, like 100%
depends on what
directly.
it is. And for me, I don't like. I mean, at least with anime these days, is like it's always weekly now. It's like a. It's okay. I have the episode list up, so we'll talk
Yeah.
about
So
each
no,
episode
so
a little
there
bit.
is 8 episodes. So there is eight in this one. There's eight
There's 9.
versions.
Well, 8 versions, yeah, and there's 9 episodes,
Yeah. The nine is the
which is
merge.
normal for theirs. So okay. So we'll go and start off with the first episode of What If Captain Carter were the first Avenger, which is immediately telling. Okay, the thing is, if you're gonna watch these and you plan to, I already spoiled the first episode title. We'll get to spoilers here in just a second of the show. So yeah, every title usually has a spoiler in it. Some of them are a little like ambiguous where you don't really know, but a lot of them it just tells you flat out what happens. So don't read the title. Just like if you do it, hit the play button at the top of Disney Plus. Don't read the titles if you don't want to get spoiled of what it is beforehand. So deal with that. But anyway, what if Captain Carter were the first Avenger? Basically, what it sounds like. Instead of Steve Rogers becoming Captain America, you have Peggy Carter becoming Captain Carter. Very creative name. Good job. This episode was okay, but then again, it was the first episode. They were kind of just throwing things out. Uh,
Yeah.
Again, it has Peggy becoming the super soldier, and Steve is still skinny boy from Brooklyn, who becomes basically has his own early version of an Iron Man suit, or like the first Iron Man suit. So I was like, oh, all right, the one that was built in the cave. It's like, okay, that's fun. Apparently, the whole point of that is just that they never had the power source for it, so they never really got to make something like that. But they got the Tesseract, which basically gave them the power to create something like that.
Yeah.
So they're basically saying that the whole Iron Man thing was more of an idea of Howard Stark's than it was Tony's to just come up with it. So it's like, hey, he already had the idea there. He put it into place, which I kind of hate. Like that should have been just Tony's thing only. But okay, sure.
Yeah, but they. Though the question is, it could make sense, but uh,
Because the idea was, I think the original idea was in the cave that Tony and Yinsen were like they were just supposed to make a weapon, but they instead made a suit to spite the warlords, and have Tony pilot it. Like that was the whole premise, was that it was just out of random just to spite them. It was not because it was pre-planned. So in this case, kind of just takes away from that, saying that hey, Howard already had the idea.
yeah, but it's also a different universe. So
Yeah, it's a different universe. So of course everyone's like, oh, but it's different universe. So anything could happen. Like, sure, but don't go off that. We're gonna talk about it like we're gonna obviously compare these to the main timeline and where things wouldn't exactly work out the way that you would think. Like one tiny thing changing is gonna change the entire universe of things happening. I know that's the butterfly effect, but I don't think that's how that works with alternate realities here.
yeah, that is stage though. That like just because like the whole thing can change because one thing doesn't change,
That's why I'm in the second episode, which we'll get to.
it's
But
just
for the
kind of
first episode, second episode, there's so many fucking changes. So weird. But first one, again, there's not really much to talk about it. I mean,
it's
it
kind of
happened,
straightforward.
she.
Like, have you watched the first Captain America? basically know the premises
It's
of the.
basically the exact same thing, except instead of the end where it's Steve like in like a bomber, I forget what it's called. U bomber, U bomber, I don't forget what it's called. But like instead of like one of those bombers that has like something headed for New York, instead of that, it's basically Captain Carter at the end, and Red Skull summons the Hydra champion, which is a giant octopus. So
Which
it's like,
kind of
just
makes sense.
I
Somehow,
guess it kind of makes
because their
sense with
mark
their
is
setup
a
of
fucking
Hydra.
arc. Why I don't make though that doesn't make sense. Why is the Hydra an octopus?
You just got to deal with that when it comes to mythology, the Hydra.
Yeah, because the Hydra is a goddamn lizard with three heads. Well, after three heads, and then someone decides to cut off one head, and then
Yeah,
it gets more heads.
yeah. Cut off one head, two come back, or two show
Which
up
is
to
the like the
as
premise
the
of
Hydra.
Hydra's idea is that if you try to kill the head, you
Then
something is
two more will show up, or like two more take its place of the whole thing. It's like, hey, you try to end it one way, it'll just get worse.
I don't
Which is
know.
kind of what did happen in the main timeline because they tried to end Hydra, and then Hydra took over Shield. So yeah, it did get bigger.
Yeah,
So the premise worked until it didn't when Hydra truly was stopped.
yeah. Someone decides to take the burning sword finally and be like, "We're putting an end to this."
Yeah.
Because
Which is
that,
another thing
for
with
people not knowing mythology, the only way to kill the Hydra is to cut the head and burn it shut. Apparently, that's often what they prefer to kill it. Probably different
or
ways
you
to
could
kill it.
pull the Percy Jackson style and just get Medusa to freeze them into statues.
That works too. But yeah, the best way to cut it is to burn the head. You need to burn off the cut. You need to burn the cut at the same time.
Yeah, basically cauterize it so it doesn't grow back out. But yeah, the mainly other thing changing is that instead of getting frozen in ice, she goes through a portal from the Tesseract, which sends her through space and time. Which technically the Tesseract is a space stone anyway, so it's a weird deal with that. With space is always ever changing, I guess. Point being, that's kind of how that works. Uh, and she also gets a sword, so she has a shield and a sword. Which I think later she drops the sword because she doesn't have it in the connecting episode. It's weird.
No.
So you have that. Uh, like shit. Basically, what I was meaning earlier with connecting people pairing is that the ninth episode connects everything together. So, like the finale will connect everything together. So, she didn't have the sword in that one, but yeah, that was basically the difference. She had sword and shield. I was like, oh, that's really cool, I guess. And that's how she gets 70 years in the future is like through a portal instead of getting frozen in time. So, let's see, we got that. Then that's basically the end of that. It was just kind of like a mediocre episode. Like, oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Which
It was okay.
you can
Like
say.
for the again.
Here's the thing
Sorry.
I gotta mention. Oh, hold on. I'll let you go after that. But the one thing I gotta mention is that she is way better at being a super soldier than uh Steve was because literally it took them until like the end, like for to go down with the ship, and they had to find the Tesseract in the ocean. That's how they got the Tesseract in general in America's hands. This is literally just, hey, she goes down and like stops the transport immediately and just like, takes the Tesseract, like done. Like, oh damn, all right. But
Yeah.
somehow they lose it again. I don't understand how that happened. How did they lose it?
Did we talk about how terrible they are at guarding stuff?
Oh wait, that's how they lost it. That's right. I was like, wait, how did they lose it? Because they had it at their base. How do they lose the Tesseract? But then I remembered, right, the Iron Stomper is what they call that suit, is powered by the Tesseract. So it has to stay in it to continuously power it. If it's out, then it only has a limited amount of juice, which is what happens is that they take it out and they use it to summon the octopus. And when Steve gets back in the suit, he only has like a minute or two until it runs out. So, anyway. Yeah, first episode, whatever. What are you gonna say about it? About the ending?
Yeah, as I said, for being the first, I would say this. I would say this. Both the first two episodes was like okay, this kind of, but it was like, but also like,
Yeah, that's the
eh.
thing. The first two episodes is like, hey, you just take this character and switch it with the other character, and that's the premise. And that's what everybody thought was gonna happen with the rest of the show. It's like it's not that inventive. It's just, hey, this one character becomes this character now. It's just meh. Which is what the first two did. Which, speaking of the second one, is what if T'Challa became a Star Lord? Which is basically uh, Yondu and his men, the Ravagers, picked up T'Challa as a kid instead of Peter Quill because quote of like, oh hey, they don't know what a human kid looks like. Like, does this look like Peter Quill to you? It's like I don't know. All humans look alike to me. Like, wow, okay, speciesist. Um, but you got to deal with that, and
Though
the
I
whole point
kind
of
of
why they're
like this.
attracted.
I like how
Huh?
they don't change T'Challa at all.
Oh no, he's basically the same. But
Like,
they the whole point of it was because they were looking. The point is that in the original story, Yondu was the one looking for it, but in this case, he told his men to go look for him instead, which is what caused the issue because they were looking for something of not of Earth, like something that wasn't of that world, which was vibranium that T'Challa was having because he had like a spear of vibranium that he was throwing around. So that's what they caught on to. And because he left the dimensional, like, or whatever, like the shield that they have that masks them, you know, they were found, you know. So yeah, he gets abducted and, like, yeah, starts the adventure, I guess, with a bunch of weird fucking changes. So, first of all, T'Challa is now, or Star Lord is now very well known, because before he wasn't at all. So now he's extremely well known, and so much so that the first encounter where he gets the Power Stone, a yeah, that one guy in Guardians of the Galaxy, it's like he says he's Star Lord, and he's like, who? And then in this show, he's like, oh my god, Star Lord, I'm a big fan. It's like a huge fan of him now. It's like, oh wow, okay.
which I kind of
So
like that everybody's like, can you fight me? Like, what?
it's like it's like can we fight? It's like yeah, sure, go ahead. Just take a shot at me. Give it. No, he wasn't even going to. Like, he was like too happy about it. He's like Star Lord. He's like hey, go ahead and shoot me. Go ahead and give it a shot. Give it a shot. It's like really? Like yeah, go ahead. All right, oh, okay. And he misses every shot, and then knocks him out, or like knocks them all out, and then he just looks back. He's like, you know what? This guy was a fan. I want to take him. Like this guy was a fan of mine. I'm gonna go ahead and take him back with me. Like okay, goes off and all that. And apparently now the Ravagers aren't like looting or looters or anything. Now they're Robin Hoods. So cool. The one thing that kind of annoys me though is when they get back to their meeting area. Apparently, in that universe, Thanos is a good guy. I don't like that. I don't know how you felt about that. I don't like that.
It must be
It's
so
so it's
weird.
unearned. It's unearned because the whole point is that apparently, uh, T'Challa met up with Thanos and Nebula before a lot of the stuff happened. Because the way in the movies, like in the main universe, that happened is that whenever Nebula did something bad, or like didn't follow, or whatever, whenever she failed, Thanos would replace biological parts with robotic parts. Like every time, would always replace some part of her body. And in this part, the only thing that was ever replaced was her eye. Everything else was biological. The only thing that was changed was one of her eyes. So apparently, T'Challa stopped before that happened. But point is that what is it? Apparently, just like, oh hey, they talked about it. Like, hey, your genocide thing, it's not a good idea. And eventually, then it was like, oh, okay, cool. I'll
But
go with
he's
that. I'll
all
do that.
still on about going on a genocide.
Yeah, he's always like, it's not genocide, it's efficient. And everyone's like, that sounds a lot like genocide. It's like, no, no, no. You see, it's because it's efficient. He tells everyone that every time he goes up to somebody, he talks about his plan. It's like, no, 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 no. It's efficient. It's good. It's good. And he just never falls through with it anymore. because it's like it's not a good
It
idea to
still
do
kind of
that.
makes it funny because it's like talking about it like, yeah, but you see, it's efficient. It
Yeah.
works. Like,
And
still
a
sounds
thing to
like
note
Jen
is
is like,
that a lot of characters in this series have their original voice actors, except for a few of them. So for one, Drax does not have Dave Batista because apparently they didn't even ask him. Apparently Marvel never approached him to even ask him would he
that's
like to
like,
reprise his role as Dave Batista, which he'll be that in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but in this series they didn't even ask. So
could be they couldn't afford it.
I don't know. A
It
lot of
could
this
be a
case is
more,
because a lot of the actors' contracts were running up, so like they couldn't exactly do that, I guess. But
yeah, that could also be an issue. Like, he had his contract didn't cover everything, and
I don't know. But that basically happened. There's a lot of characters that didn't have their voice, like you know, Drax didn't have Dave Batista. Uh, Tony Stark was not Robert Downey Jr. Spider Man or Peter Parker was not Tom Holland. Uh, there's a few of them that just did not have the original voice actors. So in this case, Drax didn't have his. I actually know who it was. It was was it Fred
I don't think
Tatasciore?
did Thor have him for no.
I don't remember if Thor did or not. I don't actually remember. I think he did, but I don't know because it's a little bit weird.
I
But
mean, I feel like Loki needs to be Tom Hiddleston though. I don't know if he was.
I think it is. I think it is
Yeah.
because yeah, it was. It was actually him because obviously they still had him there to do Loki the series. So it's like, hey, why not just go and get him again for this series?
And I feel like that's one of few characters that's unchangeable.
Yeah.
I mean, the Hulk is easy to replace apparently. They could just set
Oh, that's
anyone.
another person. To actually, no, Mark Ruffalo uh was still Bruce Banner in this. Um,
Yeah.
I think they also didn't have Scarlett Johansson. It was someone else did Black Widow.
Aw.
But
He is Romanov.
yeah, it's okay. What was it? Well, I mean, I'll say this: Laura Bailey does a pretty good Romanoff. So in the Avengers game, which we'll talk about here in a bit. Anyway, if we have time. So, because we're going through these episodes like pretty slowly, so I'm trying to boost it up a little bit. So a lot of things changed in this one again. Like, yeah, Thanos being a good guy, and apparently the Collector took over Thanos's like position and became like a incredible mob boss. So that was crazy enough. And
Yeah,
apparently
no,
he killed a
yeah,
lot.
but
If
the
you
thing, like the reasoning was like the power vacuum.
Yeah, power vacuum. So I mean, but that's the point of a power vacuum is that hey, there's a spot left unchecked, and either two ways can go about it. Either one, someone gets forced in the position, or like people fight for the position and like just like go straight for the top. Like it's like hey, there's a spot now available. I can go higher, and Collector always had like the freaking big ego anyway. So now he just gets like thrown up to it, and I forget what his actual name is, but I'm just gonna call him Collector. Uh,
I like that guy. He's always so fucking funny.
yeah. So like
Who
that
is it that plays
happened.
him in the movie?
Um,
Isn't it like a really like
Basically, when you go into the vault, like when they go into like the collector's vault and everything, or like his collection, a lot of things are a bit different in the sense that a lot of the heroes uh are basically dead because of him. If you never noticed, because there's a lot of stuff in his case that belong to actual uh characters from the main timeline. So a lot of people are dead because of him, and he's collected all the stuff. Like Korg from Thor Ragnarok. No, he's dead because like he actually mentioned that he got it from like a chatty, uh, whatever like his species name. It's like yeah, he killed Korg
poor Korg.
from Thor Ragnarok. I think he killed Hela because he got her
Yeah, I
like
think I saw the
hat
crown.
thing, a crown hat thing. Uh, killed a few people. So yeah. Oh, and also the main like whatever it was the leader of the Dark Elves killed him too.
Didn't they kill Ronan also?
Yes, also running. Actually, no.
I think it was
Yes,
his weapon was in there somewhere.
I think I don't remember. And then Thor's, or not Thor's. I don't know why I said Thor. I think actually Melner might have been in there. Thanos' men were working for the Collector now, because if you notice, like some of the men from the Infinity War, like they were in there.
Hmm.
Uh, so basically that's kind of that. So that stuff happens, and at the end they figure
Didn't
out
that
there's
wizard guy work for him also?
yeah, and Squidward worked for him too. Everyone calls him that because obviously Tony did in Infinity War. It's like, hey, Squidward. But
Like
uh,
I don't think they ever mentioned the name of that guy from
I don't
Thor:
remember.
Dark World.
Him, I don't know.
'Cause I can't remember his name at all.
Me neither.
All he's doing is like doing some wizard things.
Malakos? Well, if we're talking about Dark World, Malakos?
I don't know. The guy,
Uh,
that does a little bit of magic.
I don't know. But
No, that could
yeah,
be the first
so
Avengers I'm thinking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, anyway, that stuff happens, and they go back to Wakanda. Like everyone goes back there. I've skipped a few plot points in this, but you know what? That's for you to watch on your own.
Yeah.
They go to Wakanda. Stuff happens. Cool. Third episode. This is where things start going a little different because, like I said, like we said, the first two episodes were this character becomes this character. Now it's completely different. New things are happening, so it's a lot more entertaining. This one is what if the world lost its mightiest heroes, I think is the full title. I can't see the full title because Disney didn't show anything.
Yes. It's like the basically
So
how it lost every Avengers die somehow. People
almost
tries.
every Avenger. There were two left. Uh, Captain America and Captain Marvel were not affected. So those two were left. And technically Nick Fury, if you want to count him as one.
Yeah.
So
Even
yeah.
fucking. It's kind of sad because even Romanov died.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say who it is until
I don't even
like near the end
remember
of
it
it, but
was.
oh my god. So basically it starts out like it did in Iron Man 2, which has Tony Stark like, going through his stage
Depression.
of whatever, depression or just like suicidal tendencies because he's dying because of the like element in his chest, like the original arc reactor. It's not meant for him, so he's dying. And like they give him that shot that's supposed to help him. And in this universe, he dies because of that shot. So, he dies and there's Tony Stark dead. And then we go to Thor. He shows up
Was it
and
four? Wasn't it Bruce first? Or was it after?
I think it was after. Yeah, no, it was after. It was after. Bruce was after. So we have Thor and he gets whatever it is. Okay, basically, it's basically the whole normal thing. This is the funniest shit. So he goes through the normal stuff, and Coulson sees him first. He's like, oh, this is big guy's like, he's got incredible hair. It's like his hair is amazing. It's like what the what? And then he goes down and like tries to pick up his hammer and like he does like a hair flip or whatever. And Clint, Hawkeye's just sitting there. He's like, it's like, Coulson was right. He does have amazing hair. Like, what the fuck is this about Thor?
And then
I'm curious. Hold on. I'm curious if this is like an in joke to say that Chris Hemsworth, like they were trying to that Chris Hemsworth is like a amazing guy or whatever. That was an in joke to like you know play him off as
no,
just a
or that because he's like having short hair as of late, and they're
yeah. I
like
don't know, but just
making fun of his shorter
well,
hair.
he's always had short hair, like Chris Hemsworth. They would just put on a wig.
Yeah, but like compared to like the older four, better than probably saying that the older four looks better than the new one with short
Okay,
hair and
it's still fine. Just like it has luscious, like beautiful hair and all this stuff. And the whole thing plays out normally where Hawkeye's like holding the arrow and something happens where he lets go and
which is
he's
not
just like
Hawkeye.
yeah, he's saying like no, that wasn't me, I didn't shoot that. And it's like your arrow would say otherwise, like because he did shoot it, he's not the one who let go,
Wait
which just
again,
makes no sense.
I now remember
But
who's the bad guy.
yeah, so give a minute. But it's like you don't understand. It's like, hey, of course he like goes his arrow, but it's like he says no, it wasn't him because he never misfires. So he was
Yeah.
like in that cell that Thor was in when they caught him before, and it's like, hey, he didn't misfire any of that. They go out, do some other thing.
Yeah, isn't this when his
Basically,
hands over
Romanoff
the
Romanoff
thing
goes over
to?
to find Betty Ross and examines that shot or whatever. Apparently, it never fired. It was some projectile from it that did that. So it got blocked where the actual uh, syringe did not go into Tony to actually deliver the like fix or the temporary fix. So there's that little bit to chew
Yeah.
on for the moment. And then before it gets to Hulk, we go back and goes into a cell. The cell tries to talk to Hawkeye. He's already dead, which I want to say right now was never explained in the end. Like they never explained how he died. Like we know in a way how he died, but it's like no one ever said it. No one. It didn't show an explanation because it showed everyone else of like what brought up to them dying. Hawkeye was never shown.
I
Even
think
in the
it's
show,
the
Hawkeye is
idea was because he was meant to be dead and no one was meant to know.
I guess, but at the same time, it's like he was just sitting like even in the show, Hawkeye is useless. They're just like, hey, Hawkeye's not a good character. It's like, we'll just skip him, and no one needs to
I
know
fucking
exactly
love
how he died.
Hawkeye though. I think he's amazing.
People think movie Hawkeye is horrible, while comic is amazing. They're just like,
Yeah,
movie's
I
terrible.
think the issue is with the difference. Like Hawkeye doesn't get screen time. He's like one of those characters that
He doesn't
doesn't,
get screen time, and he doesn't get much like plot written around him. That's just really the issue.
which is why I think the series is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, which that's the thing to note for everybody is that Hawkeye is the next series, which I think I'll actually enjoy. But
Yeah, mostly because I like Hawkeye. Same with the
yeah.
Falcon. I was so pissed that Black Panther got a movie and Falcon didn't. So I was like, I don't see him as more important because Falcon is like a main character more or less.
Well, okay. I mean, we're talking MCU wise, yeah, but comic book wise, Black Panther was like incredibly more important.
Yeah,
So they were just following that outline.
but I still
But
like, but I like the series with the Winter
I think
Soldier,
he
and
is getting another movie. I think he actually is getting a solo movie.
at this
And
point, they're gonna
vids,
have to like they're
of course.
building such a story in the fourth phase that they're gonna break it somewhere in a
They're
movie.
building quite a crazy story now because I mean it went crazy of what they're doing. Uh,
I hope they don't break it in Spider-Man now, because
I
Spider-Man
guess we'll
is
have to wait
like
to see that.
one of the more important stories. I would say.
Yeah, I have so much. I'll say this: there's plenty of hope when it comes to that one because of all the stuff. Of course, everyone thinks that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be a part of it. We're going to have three Spider-Men in one area, like the Into the Spider-Verse, but live action. Like that's what everyone's wanting. And granted, uh, we have the guy who did Doc Ock,
But
which is
here comes
promo
the
in the trailer.
remember how you said that the Goblin died?
And that's the thing, everyone died.
Yeah. So I'm like, which is this
Like,
the
okay,
is this
the
like a
way the way this works is that either two things happen. Either one, uh, we'll say Doc Ock for this example. Either for one, when he was in the ocean, like he didn't die, he got teleported right then and there. That's one. Two, that's he's from a multiverse, like an alternate universe where he won.
or maybe Spider-Man doesn't even exist?
I don't
But
think that would happen. I don't think that's the point because he does say hello. He's like, hello, Peter. So it's like he recognizes that, which
so either is
everyone's
like
thing.
his either something happened.
I think it's either that he got portaled right as he was dying, or
I think it's more the
he.
one where he won. 'Cause I
Yeah, I would say it'd be one because if it was the one he dying, that is a low blow because you're basically just stealing the win from him, or you're stealing like the redemption win, like he redeemed himself, kind of thing. You're just stealing that from him,
yeah
and
because he's
also at that point, there's two things that can happen there. Either he won and he's still a bad guy, or if you do the other way, then he has to be a good guy because he was redeemed at that point. Like, he redeemed himself
Yeah.
as being a better person
Didn't the
earlier,
goblin do
so
the
he
same?
wanted to be a good guy.
Didn't the goblin realize the same thing, or at least
No, no, you're probably just thinking of Harry.
no, not Harry. No, it was the father realized that he was having issues.
Nope.
Uh, didn't he? Oh
No,
wait.
it's a trick. No,
Oh
that was
yeah.
just a trick to lure him in. And
And then he
yeah,
fucked
no,
up anyways.
he got which yeah, Green Goblin or a Goblin. No one knows if it's technically the Green Goblin because he could also be,
I just
it's
want Willem
it's
Dafoe back
the
though.
laugh.
I don't care if it's.
I hope it's wonderful because my God, that'd be fucking amazing. That
I
guy is an amazing
don't want
actor.
Harry back though. Like the Harry Goblin, I feel like that would be weird. Like saying
It's just
Harry.
called New Goblin, by the way.
Yeah.
He just called the New Goblin, which probably there's three goblins in that case. There's Green Goblin, New Goblin, which is a part of that deal, and then the Hobgoblin.
How many goblins do we need?
Eh. So what is it?
I want the Green Goblin. I want Willem Dafoe back.
Yeah, and also we're supposed to be getting Electro, Jamie Foxx from Amazing Spider-Man 2. He's supposed to be in the movie. Like he's
Ooh.
casted. So I'm getting him.
I
You know what?
kinda like that, but I also didn't like the because I don't know what the fuck happened, but he was a good guy from the start, which is weird.
He had mental. It was basically just him having the mental issues because like he thought he was like so important in a sense. Like he had like the crazy mental instability of being like, hey, Spider Man is now my best friend and he's living here with me and all this other stuff. And he's like buying me food and stuff like that. It's like, no, that's not happening. And he thinks like he's so important because Spider Man said hi to him once and read his name tag. That's it. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm super important. And then the reason why he went evil is not because Spider Man was getting all the attention or didn't remember his name. Actually, it was kind of that. It was basically like, on the TV screens, it was showing Electro all crazy. And he's like, oh, I'm on all these TVs. That's awesome. And then out of nowhere, he's completely gone. It's just Spider Man showing on all the screens. He's like, that pissed him off quite a bit because he thought he was super important. And it shows that nobody cared about him. So it really pissed him off.
But that only happened after the accident, though. Like
Yeah.
he got
You know,
really blasted in the head with that shock.
I mean, hell, it fixed his teeth. There's literally a full like animated piece of like him having to buck teeth, and like the electric eels fixed his teeth.
Hey,
That's funny.
that's good.
Yeah. But anyway, back to what if because we tended to
Yep.
go
So
still on Mark Ruffalo
Banner.
episodes. But yeah, okay, so Banner. Yeah, still Mark Ruffalo. It happens during the Hulk movie because if you didn't know, the Hulk movie, Iron Man 2, and Thor happen all at the same time. They do. Canonically, they in the MCU, they all happen at the exact same time.
So when Iron Man 2,
Iron Man
or
2,
and
Thor 1, and the Incredible Hulk movie with whatever his name is.
that is
Edward
so
Norton.
fucking annoying because I think people dislike that they've changed the Hulk like 3 times.
Yeah, because they had Eric Bana, and then they had Edward Norton, and now they have Mark Ruffalo. Which, that was supposed to be the thing anyway, because what is it? Eric Bana, like, that was just like, it was its own Marvel bit. It was its own bit. It wasn't meant to be connected with MCU at the time, because MCU wasn't even created then. It was 2003. So, yeah, it was its own thing, which I love that movie. Fuck
Yeah,
anybody else who says it's a terrible movie. I love that
I
movie.
think it's because
Uh,
it's so old and
it's not even about it being old. It's just like it's just amazing. Like a
yeah.
lot of it is. The
It's also
score is great.
basically
It's
the
by Danny
origin
Elfman, which
story. That's the
great.
thing.
Yeah, Danny Elfman makes a lot of great music. Uh,
We
and
should.
then
Is
you
the
have
Hulk on? Is it only the Incredible Hulk or is Hulk also on Disney Plus?
I don't think Hulk is on Disney Plus. If it's not, I mean, we could just go to Netflix and then just VPN to a country that allows it. Because I think
No.
Netflix has group watch.
No, wait, no, because I don't think Disney owns that because I think it's Universal that owns the
Yeah,
old one.
Universal has is the one that does '03 Hulk.
I
But
think
anyway,
they
yeah,
did both, but I think the right for Incredible also goes to Disney.
I don't remember what was the reasoning for Edward Norton not being forever on. I think it was either um,
Either he didn't want
issue.
to,
I think it was he didn't want to, or it was whatever it was conflicting issue. Like like he was already working on something else, so he couldn't go back for this. So they got Ruffalo. And to be honest, Ruffalo is a better Hulk. He's better.
I feel like
Hate
he's.
to say.
I don't know. If also, as I said to you, it's so weird. Like I watched Now You See Me, and Ruffalo is in it, and I'm like, this is so weird.
Yeah. Ruffalo's a pretty good actor, and the craziest part is that everything in Edward Norton, like that one, the Incredible Hulk, happened in the MCU. It is canonically a part of the MCU.
Which is
So
basically, I think, is the part of what's happening in this
yeah,
episode.
so in the Avengers movie, uh, Bruce actually mentions he's went to New York, and like the last time he went to it, he kind of broke Harlem. That's what happened in the Incredible Hulk movie. Like all that happened, and yeah, just like a lot of that. So it did happen, same stuff, but different actors. It's like a little weird. People do it all the time in movies and TV shows. They recast like fucking Batwoman, but
Mm.
yeah, not gonna talk about that show. Uh, but anyway, basically it happens just like the Hulk movie, Incredible Hulk movie, and he gets sniped immediately. That's how he gets angry that time, and ooh, that was a weird one
Wasn't it
because
also that it was an accident that too? The shot being fired.
it wasn't really much of an accident. It's like someone went ahead without an order. So like the general, like General Ross, uh, told everyone don't fire. Like no one, just everyone just like train on him, but don't do anything about it. Like until he gives an order, don't shoot. Somebody shot anyway, and then it goes on, and the battle happens like it does in the movie with Hulk coming out, and I don't know where he grows gigantic.
Really
Explodes.
gigantic.
Yeah, like super damn gigantic, like same size head the entire time. Like his head stays the same size, and everything else like grows gigantic, like a balloon being overflated,
And
and
then,
explodes.
phew.
Green smoke, which if you think about the green smoke is actually blood. So, but yeah, green smoke more.
And probably gamma radiation.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, if he could just pop to like a gamma bomb, like a tiny little gamma bomb right there, like everyone should leave now. That is highly radioactive. But everyone would like run straight up to him, like up to where he was. Yeah, so anyway, Hulk's dead, which in any case, like Hulk is actually supposed to be invincible any other way. Because I mean, even in the movie, like in Avengers, like he mentioned that he tried to shoot himself and he turned into the Hulk and the Hulk spit it back out. So even he couldn't do anything about it. Like no one can actually kill him until that happened, in which case, yeah.
Everyone was like, what the fuck?
Like it's like, oh well, okay, well Hulk can't die because I mean, yeah, he pretty much is invincible, and he dies.
Hmm.
Damn, holy shit! And then we keep going on, and Romanoff investigates some more, and then she
Is it
dies. She finds out what happened, but she dies.
because hope?
Yeah, which if no one watches any of the MCU movies, you won't understand what that means. But then once you figure, oh yeah, another thing that happened before we keep going entirely on with that is that Loki and Warriors of Asgard came down to Earth and threatened war because they thought, hey, Earth killed Thor. So it's like, hey, we're going to go crazy with this. Of course, Loki, ulterior motives. But comes down, threatens war and all that. It's like, hey, no, hold on. We'll try to get the killer and everything. Like, cool. You have what? End of the week? I think. No, it was like until sunrise, is what he said. So
Yeah.
until the next sunrise, you have until then to get the killer and everything. So now cut back. Fury figures it out from the message, and the enemy was Hank Pym, who was wearing the Yellow Jacket suit from the first Ant movie that the bad guy was wearing. So he's no longer wearing his Ant-Man suit. He's wearing the Yellow Jacket suit. It's like, oh,
He's the yellow
okay,
Ant-Man.
yeah. And the reason why is because in that universe, Hope joined Shield and she died on a mission. So he was very upset about that. Which, if people don't know about the comics, Hank Pym is incredibly unstable, like insanely unstable in the comics, to where he's not necessarily a good guy. Like he's like Ant Man in the comics. He's also the Giant Man, which is like his other personality. He has two different personalities in that. I think he has more, but those are the two that are most prominent. Ant Man and Giant Man. So he's doing all that craziness. Well, hello there. Looks like we have another little audience member there. Uh, hello.
Guten Tag. Oh, it's true. Guten Tag, true.
Yeah, if you want, you can chat in general. That's on you.
Yeah,
Which
I don't
actually,
have shit open. I need to
hmm,
open that. I
we're
forgot.
talking about. Here's the thing that we're talking about the What If Marvel series. So if you don't want to get spoiled by that, you might not want to listen.
Ooh, new update on Fast.
Oh, cool. But yeah. So episode wise, if you don't want to get spoiled by that, if you like though,
Ooh.
you can jump in for a quick second to say something random. Knowing you, it's gonna be I don't even know what. I don't even know if you have time to do that because you and work. Hmm.
You're popped out. The play to another word.
What?
I don't know. What are we talking about? What year is it? I'm innocent of any crime.
Right.
Right. So nice weather, huh?
Uh,
We were talking about the Avengers falling, dying, left to
hmm?
right.
What? I don't know. But yeah, like I said, true. If you haven't watched the Marvels What If thing. Oh wow, yeah, I forgot you're admin. You can just pop in there whenever you want to.
I had Sweet being racist and I had to come in.
Oh, I
I'm
see how it
always
is.
racist. Wait, what?
What?
God, you're so loud. I had to put you on 36.
What?
Damn.
Yeah, I need
Yeah,
to
stop
turn
being
down the
so
mic. I
loud.
haven't talked on
Jeez.
this end for a while.
Goddamn Brits and their loudness.
Says the
Hey, we're
Swede
British.
and
We're
his
brave for taking stuff over.
loudness. Yeah, like taking over my stage. I didn't invite you on. You just popped in because
Nope.
you're an admin.
I'm here because I'm an admin and I'm perfect in every way.
Damn.
I've seen most of Watch If actually,
Ow.
except the last episode. Me and Megan are watching that together. So,
Yeah.
yay.
So you can probably stay up to the last episode.
That depends on you, because I know you probably have work or whatever else.
I actually do have work, so I will be going. But I just wanted to ruin your show. Hello.
That's how it is.
Well, this is the first time I've ever actually been able to make it, so like stream or in a thing. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. If
Right.
you didn't notice, he's gonna try to change his schedule.
Yeah,
okay.
about like next week, I want to try to go to sleep around like like from 8 or 10 p.m. and then wake up around like 4 or 5 in the morning. So around
Okay.
like wake up around nowish, and then stream sometime after that.
So you're trying to fix your schedule. Well, you're not. You're doing a bad schedule. Whatever.
Technically, no, because whenever I work, I actually would get up at like 4 in the morning anyway, so it kind of just keep the schedule consistent.
Fair enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
all good on that one.
You should, if you really wanted to do this like proper, you should cut up the cool bits that you guys say, and then make a video of it. Because I see that you're streaming.
Yeah.
When it comes to podcast wise, like, not much we can do about that one, but
I
We have
agree,
actually
but
thought about making like a channel where we cut up all the each segment we talk about into different episode or its own episode
do we?
in a sense.
Do we?
Well, we talked about like we take out certain stuff we talk about like if certain stuff we talk about is interesting enough, we will talk about like uploading those to different channels. But sorry for
Yeah,
none of us,
like
both of us is too lazy to make a new channel.
yeah,
pretty
I know
much.
that.
I mean, look at me over here. A lot of people have like a separate like videos and VODs channel. I just put it all together.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but then I would never upload to the VODs channel. It's like, what am I doing?
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I definitely upload to it.
Like my live channel still exists, and I haven't because it's directly connected to Twitch, so I can just press the export button. It hasn't
You should
actually
probably
updated in
check
like
that.
6 months.
True.
I have. I have. I've already done all of that.
Yeah, I can't reconnect my channel.
You can't Did you lose your channel?
No, I don't know what the issue is. Twitch, I tried to reconnect my YouTube channel. Twitch, it says, failed to connection. I'm like, I just wanna add my channel. I can't even change my bio.
Also,
First
fun
world
fact
problems.
that I just thought of. Fun fact is that the way I have my setup on stream is that I only have a visualizer for
Yeah,
my mic channel and
I'm
Swede,
coming
or
out of
basically
Swede.
chat. You're going out of Swedes like
Swede, we're
this.
British.
Yeah, you need to start speaking Swedish now.
Da do da do da do 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 da do do.
The fuck? And you call me racist?
Hey, I tried speaking Swedish. That's the only Swedish I know.
I think you started off well, but then immediately went into nothing.
It's I don't know. I don't know. To have best English?
Ay, 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 Dios mío.
Dios mío? That sounds Spanish.
Because it is.
It is cool.
Sí, ¿tú hablas español? No? Okay.
So we were gonna. By the way, I'm gonna send you my new bio for Twitch when I can update it. That is.
Why? I'm not gonna put on your Twitch.
No, but I'm sending you the bio in. So now you're forced to read it anyways.
Well, technically,
Am
doesn't
I?
have to read it.
True, but well.
See, now you get what problems I had by saying that word. Anytime I ever agreed to true over everything, because I would always be like, yeah, true. And he's like, yeah, what?
Oh, you know what's funny? I did that purely by accident. Normally when I do it to you, it's on purpose. That one's generally on accident.
I imagine the first or second time it might have been on accident, but after that's like, oh no, you're just gonna keep messing with me.
Oh yeah, definitely. But we've known each other for so long. Like I can't remember the first video we did. I know it was zombies.
Project Contamination.
So is all
Yeah,
the
yes.
videos you do first with people apparently a zombie-based thing?
Sorry.
The first,
him,
yeah, but same with us. We played Left 4 Dead for the first. Was our first thing together.
Yeah, but I mean, when it came to True, I've known him since the NZP days, not so much portable, and I knew him from the forums. So yeah,
I mean, back then I felt like everyone was treating me like a celebrity, and it didn't make any goddamn sense. It's like people confused me.
You made a tutorial on how to do something, became a celebrity. It's the same
What?
with me. I made 3 tutorials.
No, it was even before that. It was before that. It was when NPCs started. I started like people were like downing it, like it's never gonna be possible. It's like, yeah, come on, guys, it is actually gonna be possible. And then people started saying that I'm a dev for the game. It's like, no, I'm not a dev. But then that didn't go away. I kept telling people I wasn't a dev, but people kept saying, "True's a dev. He knows exactly what's going on." No, don't. No, I don't. Stop. I'm not a dev. I was just trying to get people to stop acting like stop saying that it wasn't going to happen when, well, we know now that it did, although it's not great in current state.
It did, and now it's like, is it even getting worked on anymore? I think
Yes, it is actually being senior Meatbox took over the development.
Oh, of course it did. He has not told me that.
I am still
I
in
know.
the chat, but I like view it now and then. I've actually made a new map for the new version of the game, and I keep forgetting that I've made that, and I need to release it. Like it's basically a new wood hut.
Not bad. Yeah,
Nerds.
I talk to Senor every now and then.
It's
but
a nerd assembly. How the hell are you not a nerd?
But yeah, he. I don't know. That's his thing.
I might be a nerd, but listen. I also have a life.
Do you?
No, you don't.
How often do you leave your room per day? That's the
Well,
question.
that depends how often I need to go eat. I mean, what?
Like, Nexus, you don't have a door. He doesn't have a doorway.
I have the door, but I don't have the doorway.
There's a sealed wall where the door used to be. You can still see markings.
Like I have the door standing, leaning towards the wall. where the door
You can open
used
up
to
his
be.
window, and that's how he gets his takeaway deliveries.
Yeah, I want to see the guy that climbs up 6 stories. I live on the 6th floor. I want to see the guy climbing up to that window to give food.
You
No
just
joke.
see
When I lived on the ground floor, I did that. Like, just open the window. Yeah, give me my food. I'm too lazy to open the door.
I
Yeah.
just want to see a pizza delivery guy like go up the window washing unit and just come up with a pizza.
And then start cleaning the windows. Like I have 2 jobs.
That'd be great.
Anyway, I'm gonna pop off. But yeah, it's
Alright.
good to pop on you guys and annoy the hell out of Swede.
Oh, it's always the best.
Yeah. And I just listen to Nexus chatting most of the time on this podcast. So, you know.
I'm not gonna lie, this stage feature a lot better than I thought because I know that Swede's might normally sounds like he shoved it down his throat. And exactly.
Yeah.
And this yeah, this sounds so much better. So
I don't think it's the
I'm
stage. I
impressed.
think it's because I have a different mic and I don't have as loud as usual.
I'm gonna go with stage because I've not heard you with your different mic. To be fair, I don't know what you've got now.
No,
What you
I
got?
just have lowered my gain on my mic.
Oh,
That might
good.
do it. That might do it.
Yeah, I probably need to do that too, but that's fine.
Eh, you're fine.
Yeah, I've had to lower mine recently.
Yeah. I'll check next time before I stream. I checked the stream I recently did, and it was like very loud. Anywho, I'm gonna leave. I have mouse access because my mouse is broken.
That sounds like a
Bye, guys.
personal problem.
That sounds horrible.
He left on that one.
Like, that sounds like a personal problem. Gone.
Okay, back to Hank Pym being insane.
Yeah, so basically insane stuff. Before that, Fury mentions he's gonna go deal with. I forget what the wording he said, but yeah. Point is, he's gonna go deal with something. Goes to see Loki. Hard cuts to him at Hope's grave. Pank show. Pank. Hank Pym.
Thank him.
Yeah. Hank Pym. That's great. But yeah, he shows up. It's fucking funny. All right, I want to see an alternate universe with Pank him. Show me that. What if? Okay. So anyway, he shows up. He's very crazy because again, he's very mentally unstable, which is highly shown in the comics. Uh, which I'll mention something about that in the zombies one here in a bit. But yeah, okay, we're gonna try to finish this up because we're close to that 3 hour mark. Uh, what is it?
Yeah.
Point is, that stuff happens. Looks like Fury is like very, you know, they basically get into a fight with Fury and Pym, and it's like, oh hey, somehow Fury's doing actually very well. Which, if you think about it, he is actually very badass in general. You never really get to see it. So,
Yeah.
which mostly it's because Samuel L. Jackson's a little older these days. I mean, he can't exactly be going off doing that too much. And I mean, granted, what is it? They could just do stunt doubles in that case, but something in an animated show, it's like, go for it. What did I just get sent?
I don't. I can't know what you get sent. Okay. Are you gonna continue
Video from
talking
your
about
smartphone, computer, or friends directly in the studio. Ooh, I need to check that out. Okay.
what?
True just sent me a plugin for OBS. I think it's just for OBS Studio, but it allows you to put live video feed from your phone, another computer, or from a friend, like just straight into it. Like that. That looks nice. Okay. Anyway, it's basically that. Basically gets beat up and all that stuff, and then hold on, I need to send something else. Okay. Uh, what is it? Basically, Pym gets beat up, and I still love the thing he says. Like, as soon as he figures out that it's Loki, and the actual Fury pops in, because that entire time it was Loki finding him instead, and he's like, "Who's the goth kid?" It's like, okay, like, "Hello, I'm Loki. Got a mischief." Like, yeah, Loki's great.
Yeah.
And of course,
I'm not gonna lie. Loki's probably one of my favorite Marvel characters.
I have to agree with that. Loki's pretty damn awesome.
Like,
So,
it's hard to make
Hmm.
And of every like Loki in both in anything is often good because it's always the rude guy.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Loki's all great. Uh, to finish that episode up of what happened. Yeah, I mean, Loki's like, hey, I'm just gonna stay here. Takes over, and then he has to go find Captain America, and it's funny. I like the wordplay of like, he finds the shooter's like, welcome back, Captain, and he wasn't talking about Captain America. Captain Marvel was right behind him. It's like, oh, hello. So yeah, past that, on to episode 4. Stuff we are doing this very slowly because we keep getting in tangents, and then True came in here and just like threw everything off course.
Mm.
Oh,
But I
damn it,
don't
True.
think there's much else to say about episode 3.
Yeah, not at all. So 4, where
This is
I
probably
think
one of
episode
my
4 might
favorite
flip.
episodes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you're right, True. Yeah. Yeah, episode 4. Say it's one of the best ones. Basically titled "What if Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands," which is not very detailing as to what that means. Because in the main timeline, he actually, his hands got like horribly disfigured, so he couldn't do surgery anymore. And he's a very egotistical guy, so it's like, without that, he feels like he's nothing at all anymore. He has nothing to live for. And in this case, he didn't give a damn about himself as much. It was about the one girl he liked, Christine or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, so she dies, and that's what caused him instead to go learn mystic arts and all that. So that happens, and in the future, or like, as
Everything
present
plays out
too.
the same
Yeah,
basically.
basically everything plays out the same until a certain point
I think
where
it's
he
after he
feels like
defeats the evil.
Dormammu.
Yeah.
Yeah, after all that stuff, defeats Dormammu. So it's basically in between then and probably Thor Ragnarok. I don't think he met Thor at the time. Maybe he did. I'm not too sure. Uh, Definitely Thanos stuff didn't happen, but he actually I don't know about that part, but anyway, actually know if he did that. Point is, he
No, I think
did
he
that.
met when he was at his most evil part. I wonder if not for actually appeared.
I don't know,
I
but
don't know.
sorry. Okay, basically, yeah, he decides to go back in time and try to save her. Kept doing that over and over again because no matter what he did, she would die. So basically, went back in time the first time, took it easy, didn't try to rush traffic, still died. Uh, what was it like? Didn't take that bridge, died. Let her drive, died. Uh, didn't even bother picking her up, died. It's like, yeah, no, all of it. She died.
And then you have
Yep.
the Time Master character. I don't remember what title she has, but like coming telling him like you can't change what is already set.
Yeah, it's a fixed point, which is a point is in most time travel things, like, a fixed point is that no matter what you do, it'll always be that way. It's like anything you try to do to change it, it'll always just come straight back at it. Like, time will just like,
Find a way.
in a way, it's a way like a rubber band effect. In a way, it's like, you try to stretch it a little bit, you try to change it, it'll always just like rebound right back at you. So yeah, that's another thing with Doctor Who also do that. Which, yeah, we definitely still need to watch Doctor Who. I still think we should do the new one. Ooh, Mars Mission, love that one. Anyway, point is, did all that stuff, and they had a fight. The Sorcerer Supreme and Doctor Strange had a fight, and they gets thrown in the back. Oh, look, Candy's back. We're talking about what if Marvel's what if. So if you're not, well, okay, hey, it depends. Actually, wait, I think I may have mistook what you meant by Mars mission. There's a few of them where he goes to Mars. Uh, at the time it's like
Yeah.
2 or 3 of them.
Let's
Anyway,
continue on with this, but
I'm trying to just trying to tell Candy that we're doing the what if episodes, like talking about him.
Yeah.
So, spoiler wise, if you don't want to hear about that, still talking about it. So, up to you. Anyway, talking about episode 4 now. Yeah, that. Yeah, I like that. I like that one where it's like the Mars water. It's like the water on Mars. Yeah.
Yeah. But we're not talking about
Anyway,
Doctor Who now. We're
I'm
talking about
trying.
Doctor Strange.
I know. I'm trying to go back to it. He keeps saying stuff in chat, so I'm trying to answer it real quick.
Murder
Let me
him.
talk to people in chat.
No.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Uh, we do that. Go back into. He gets into like a different time period, like where there's like some sorcerers like, oh hey, figured out how to fix a fixed point in time, or like how to change it. It's like, all right, go for it. Uh, uh, goes and deals with that, and basically comes up to the point where he has to absorb different uh like mythical monsters and everything.
He just decided to
So
absorb everything.
except for a bug, he literally is like when he summons this like bug creature, he's just like, I like the cape, steals the cape, and then he's like, but I draw my line of bugs, and just like sends the bug back through the portal. It's like I don't deal with you, and took everything else, even the octopus from the first episode, same octopus. So absorb that. So he becomes extremely powerful from absorbing all that, and also evil, and also it's hard for him to contain all that because human, can't exactly contain all of it. So he has a lot of issues. Then you find out that he's only half of himself because the Sorcerer Supreme split him. So he got split between Doctor Strange and Strange Supreme is the name. So
I
Strange Supreme
still
split him.
want Strange Supreme in the as a bad guy in the Strange movie.
It's possible that he could show up. I mean, he's still there somewhere, but
But now he's guarding a fucking well, probably not spoil that, but
yeah, he's guarding something now. Before he was just an idiot. So anyway, yeah, it goes on to them two meeting up. They're having a fight because what happened is you have Strange Supreme who went back in time and did all that stuff, and then or did something. I don't know if it was back in time. He just basically went to a place, and yeah, always, and then Doctor Strange, it's like, yeah, he said, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Then they fight, and Strange Supreme wins, reverses the fixed time point, and kills everyone in the universe. Destroys the universe.
and then he talks with Watcher and tells him, "Can't you change this?
It's like,
Can't you
nope, I
fix
can't
this?"
interfere. It's like, even if I wanted to, can't do it. Can't do a thing here. Which, I mean, that is true. He honestly can't fix something like that. That's not what he does. So, yeah. But yeah, it's kind of the fourth episode, and it ended up in a very dark point. And I
It
decided
kind
not
of
to spoil
makes
it that too much.
sense after what happened.
Yeah. I mean, we're basically explaining the entire plot or like what happens in the show or in the episode. So I mean, it's we're not saying everything. So I'd still say you have plenty to watch still.
Yeah.
The next episode was a goofy one, if you ask me, and I
Yeah,
actually
I
quite
fucking
liked it.
love. Okay, so yes, fourth was the best one, but this probably the funniest one this far. It was
Well, actually,
just
no. The funniest one was episode 7 to me. But
oh no, I feel like five is still better.
well, I'd say okay, no. 7 was definitely goofy as hell. That was the
Yeah,
real goofy one. This one's like it had some funny moments too.
yeah, this was
But
more
anyway,
funny and especially because Peter Parker. Ah.
yeah. So anyway,
Hmm.
this happens where in Ant-Man and the Wasp, when they go to save Hank Pym's wife, yeah, she contracted a quantum virus and basically zombies. So yeah, everyone's now zombies, and I still find it funny. I find it funny how the Avengers got infected. It is like Cap over there, just like Avengers. I said, "Ow!" That's like that was it. He just like, "Ow!" It's like slaps his neck. It's Hank Pym on his neck biting him because Hank Pym's a zombie. So it's like bites him. It's like, huh? That's how Captain America gets infected. Just a little ant bite, like boop.
Oh,
So,
that was what made it kind of funny because normally zombies, it's like they don't have any knowledge about who they were
just
often.
imagine like a shortcut of that. It's like, this is how the universe ended. Ow! Slaps it. And that's it. Like, okay. So yeah, basically you have like a whole zombie escapade, all the Avengers, except
The-
well, okay.
These,
Spider-Man doesn't exactly count. Uh Black Panther went missing. We'll explain that in a bit. Black Panther went missing. I think
was it
and
who was
technically it
the
counts.
Avengers that survived? Was it?
It's just those two really, because I mean,
It was Romanov.
she didn't survive.
Did he survive first?
Nope.
Was it
Romanoff
Clint
never
that
survived.
survived first?
Nope, she was infected immediately.
So
She
wait,
was
so
whip
it was
trapped.
wait, it's Clint that survived. Spider.
Nope, Clint didn't survive either.
Not in the end, but I think he survived in the beginning.
Nope, he was also infected. It was in the beginning. It was Spider-Man, Happy. Let's see, Happy. Sherry Carter. I think it was Sherry. Is that her name? I don't know. Let's see, I have her. I forget her name, but it's the one from Wakanda, the one guard
Yeah.
from Wakanda. Uh, I don't know how to. I don't remember what her name is. It's a girl who plays Michonne in Walking Dead. Funny though, for this, like same voice actor and everything, same actor in the movie as well, in the MCU. Um, she's the one who plays as Michonne in Walking Dead. Now she's in a zombie thing. So it's like, hey, right at home. Um, so you got
Yeah.
that. That tech
Winter
guy
Soldier is
from
alive.
Ant Man. Yeah, the tech guy from Ant Man. He's there too. Winter Soldier. Bucky survived as well. I think that's it. Oh, and Hope. Hope survived. And then basically starts off in Infinity War, where you have Bruce coming down. Like it's like, oh, he's got to warn everybody. Thanos is coming. No one's there. Everyone's gone. And then when Thanos' men get there, you have them come out of the portal, and Bruce is like, "Oh yeah, yeah, cool. You're screwed because they're yeah, the Avengers now attacking you until they get a little bitey." And so figures out that zombies, their thing. All the Avengers are infected, and goes on like that. And then they're trying to find a cure or whatever and stuff like that. Uh, Again, I'm not gonna explain a lot of stuff from the episode because no, and it's kind of a straightforward episode in terms of plot. People get, they go try to do some, they split up because idiot reasons. Which, according to the woman from Wakanda, it's like Peter's like, why are we splitting up? Like, has anyone here seen horror movies? And she's like, no need. We have American reality TV. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
uh, point is they do that. More people die. Happy's gone. A bunch of other
And
people
also,
gone.
don't
So
forget Parker gets strange cloak.
yeah, Peter gets the strange cloak. So the cloak of levitation. Uh,
I fucking love that. Just
Freaking Spider Supreme over there. Uh, all that stuff happens. Keeps going. Cap gets on board. Cap zombie infects Sherry. She's gone. Becomes zombie. And I love the fact that they pulled the Thanos theory, where everyone's like, "Oh, Ant Man will have to go into Thanos and like explode from the inside," like that whole theory. It became a real thing with Hope going in her as a zombie, like as she was about to get bit, goes that way and then explodes on the inside. Like, all right, you just brought that full circle. And she gets infected because I guess she got hit by a tooth when going in. So
yeah, but that
that
makes sense.
happened. Yeah. And then when they get to their destination, they run out of fuel, and the only way across is for her to go big because she's already infected anyway, and just like run across. Which, when they get there, she basically dies still big. Like she should have turned small beforehand. I mean, sure, yeah. The way the zombies work in that universe is that all their motor skills and all their memories are still the same. Okay, thanks, dog. Um, all that's the same. They still know everything. It's just like they just have a crazy hunger and they rot. That's it. That's the only difference. So everything else is the same. So in that case, she would still be able to turn big anyway. But in this case, it's precaution. So she dies as a big person. She becomes a giant zombie later.
It's a big person. That
Yeah.
sounds bad.
It kind of does. Um, but yeah, they get to a facility where zombies won't go in because Vision's there with a Mind Stone, which is apparently the cure. Is like stuff from there. And in the beginning, because it's the Ant-Man and the Wasp, both whatever her name is, Jane, I think, and Hank Pym, like they both attack Scott Lang. So that's what I'm gonna say. But yeah, they both attack or him, and he becomes a zombie. But in this, Scott is sitting there as a head in a jar. Became all Futurama like. Except they didn't have like little claw things attached to the jar, which is like, all right. But yeah, so he got cured as just a head.
Yeah, and he drew so many fucking puns.
So many damn jokes, which I think that is all improvised. I think that is all ad libbed from Paul Rudd. I think he's the one who freaking ad libbed all that. Like that's pretty funny.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, no, shut the fuck up for 5 minutes, sir.
No, it's still pretty funny.
Yeah, but it's like also it's like,
Like hold on. What is it? Bucky goes to explore in a bit and finds out that Vision's been keeping people to feed to zombie Wanda because she's there as that. So, and Black Panther is there, which I forgot to mention that in this entire series, Black Panther has been voiced by Chadwick Boseman before he passed. So, and it was like the last thing he did because you could tell with his voice that's like very strained. So it's like one of the last things he did. And
it. It
what
seems
else?
like the
Sorry, my
Black
eyes.
Panther is just a curse at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, he definitely got to voice that. It's like it was very great. But
Yeah.
yeah, in this case, yeah, no, he had a leg taken off, which did happen in the comics. In the Marvel Zombies comics, he had his leg taken for food. So that is actually accurate. And yeah, they figured that out. Vision's been doing that, and I find it funny that when Zombie Wanda shows up, Scott's just like, "Be careful, guys. She's a man eater." It's like, ah, crap, I'm still doing it. That's the just stuff like that. It's kind of jokes. It's like a lot of puns.
I wonder
Good,
if
good.
it's like because he knows he's going off script so much, and he's like, oh wait, that's probably
Like
continuing following the script.
like I said, he just. I think at that point, like they kind of were just letting him do it because it's like what, like you're coming up with some good stuff. Go for it. Like we don't have much for you to say anyway. Do it. Uh, and then the cloak of levitation goes to him because he was on a head, so it's just like now he can float around. And as soon as they escape the place, he literally says Wingardium Leviosa. Pulls a fucking Harry Potter as he flies out.
Which
Oh
I
god.
do not know if they're gonna be sued by that because
No, they won't. It's just a name. You can reference shit. Referencing's fine in any property.
Yeah,
But
it's
but
Disney
yeah,
we're talking
I know.
about now, so they don't own
I
anything and that part. So
well, it's not even that. It's just the author's a bitch. Anyway, keep going. What is it? Hulk happens. We'll just say that with Hulk's tough skin, he can't be bit. At least from what we know. Hulk's out. Goes and fights Zombie Wanda. Probably doesn't take too long anyway. And yeah, they go off to Wakanda, where we get a future cut. Thanos is a zombie. Zombie Thanos. Not fun. Oh boy. How does that? Okay, the thing I don't understand about that though is that he has
no,
all
doesn't
the
they get
different
overrun by
stones.
zombies? That's the issue.
I don't know. Like he has all the stones except for the Mind Stone.
Yeah,
The
because
thing is, how? because the time stone was with Doctor Strange, and he became a zombie. So Doctor Strange has the time stone as a zombie, and uh, the Soul Stone can still happen because Gamora
No.
off grid.
Are you sure about that? We don't know what have happened because.
I mean, maybe he lost it to. I mean, maybe that's how he got it. Is that zombie wise, like he got it through the zombie chain. He still has that aspect. Like, hey, he knows about the Infinity Stones, so even as a zombie, he still knows to use them. I'm
Hmm.
sure his motive
I mean,
changed
the
from
whole fucking
killing
thing
half
was
the.
so weird. Because
I'm
everyone
sure at
knew
that point too.
still how to function. Like,
I don't know. That's how it happened in the comics that everyone could still do that. And hell, in the comics, they actually talked. They could actually speak. The zombies could talk to people. They could still do that, and they were completely cognitive of what they were doing too. So I mean, there was even a portion, like a comic thing of like where Spider-Man was killing Mary Jane, and in the comic, you can see him crying because of it. Like he knew it was happening, but he couldn't do anything about it. So it's very dark.
yeah. And
It's
then
a
I think,
very damn dark comic.
yeah, and the part I saw was like he regrets it also later on.
Yeah. And speaking
Like,
of Hank Pym, zombie Hank Pym is extremely well aware of what's going on, and he does not want a cure. Like he says in it, as zombie wise, he does not want a cure because everyone else is looking for one, and he wants to stop them from doing that because he likes being a zombie. Like he likes
what
the idea.
the
He hates
fuck?
the hunger. He hates the hunger, but he loves the zombie part, and he does not want anyone else to get the cure. He wants that to be just shut down. And he kidnaps he in the comic he kidnaps T'Challa to has like a his own food source because he
Mm.
knows that if he because like the human race is like dwindling, so like there's not much food left, so he has to like try to ration it out. Like he's trying to ration it. So yeah, smart guy. Okay, we have 3 more episodes left, and we are over time, so we need to hurry this up. Okay, next episode. What if Killmonger rescued Tony Stark? Easy enough. Point is, in the first Iron Man movie, Killmonger saves him before the shrapnel explosion happens from his own missile. And yeah, so none of the Iron Man stuff happens ever. And uh, Obadiah Stane gets immediately in prison because Killmonger has all the info on him. It's like, hey, he orchestrated the stuff. So cool, done. Uh, and then they create a Gundam. It's still funny. They create a freaking Gundam robot, like Sentry drones or whatever. And
I'm
oops,
gonna watch
nope,
Gundam.
don't watch, don't watch. I accidentally clicked an episode and started watching. Anyway, yeah, so they do that. It's kind of some funny bits in that one. Uh, Again, Black Panther dies. He shows up, he dies in that one because Killmonger kills him. Okay, fun times. Um, then he goes to Wakanda and oh yeah, he also kills Tony. So that happens. The military thinks it was Wakandans that did it. They have a war, or they tried to, and they take the Gundam robots and have their own thing. And Killmonger goes with the Wakandans because he wanted to become king. And yeah, he went to incredible lengths to get to that. I'm not going to explain all the different reasons because you know what? We're pressed for time here.
Mm.
Point overall with that episode, it was okay. It was a decent episode, I guess.
Yeah, I feel
Wasn't
like
all that.
I would say this now. The last like few episodes was kind of like, yeah,
The last two were pretty good. I actually like the last two.
when,
Uh,
yeah, the last two was good, but that was because it's like
they were like ending and they were branching everything together at that point.
it was like I feel like you said seven was good, but it was like
I think seven was good, but it's like it was a different type of good. Not like it's like oh hey it's a really good episode. It's more like it's pretty damn goofy. So it's like it's
it was
neat.
more
Like
fun than it was not
it's
meant
like
to be.
okay if you have a scale of like 1 to 10, this is in the negatives, but that doesn't mean bad. Negative in this case means like it's bad, but for a good reason. It's like
Like,
it's funny,
yeah,
so
it
it's like
was.
it's a negative score because it's like it's not great, but it's still funny
Yeah,
or it's goofy. So it's
and
like it's good for what it
it
is.
wasn't meant to be serious. Like every episode this
Yeah,
far, kind of been serious in a way.
yeah.
Even the
Every other one's been
zombies
like a
episode was
serious
kind of
point. This is just
serious, but
fuck it.
somehow
I
it's
think
still like this. Now when we come into episode 7, it was just like, yeah,
yeah,
let's
that
remove.
episode is literally just like you know what? Let's just have fun with this. Let's just do whatever the hell we want to. Like okay, and
Talk about episode 7 because like it was not much left to
not
say
really that
except
much on 6. What was I gonna say other with that? A little crazy. I don't know. Points. Episode 7. Yeah. What if Thor was an only child? Which I don't see how this would start all these random events. Because again, it's like we said in the beginning. It's like, oh yeah, you change one thing, so much happens. Like, I don't think so. So in
yeah,
this
but it's
case,
changed because
instead of Thor being like all like the whole idea is that Thor and Loki together they have these like adventures or something. It's like he want to become more like a hero or like a good king like as like Odin and all this stuff. Without Loki, he just became a party boy. He became like a frat boy. That was it.
yeah, and
That was
guess
his
who's his
change.
best friend is,
Loki.
which I
And
think that's the issue is that because of
the
that
thing I don't
Loki
like.
is the guy that is more like they like the mischief guy.
Yeah, and one thing. Okay, the way this happens is that Odin doesn't take Loki in as like his own son.
Yeah,
He
but
gives it back to
that's the issue is like
Laffy.
in this case, yeah, and that's the thing, because he can't say that Ford doesn't get the throne if he doesn't behave because
Yeah.
there's no other heir. So, but before
And
Loki could take the throne, even if he wasn't a legitimate child.
well,
So that's why I think everything changes because
I
Loki,
mean,
Thor has always
it's
been a
just
little
like
bit of
when it
a
comes to those two, sure, or like their story, yeah. But I mean, everyone else's story shouldn't change because of it. But what basically happens here is that for some reason Loki's still named Loki. That's one thing I don't like. I wish he would have been named something else. Like you could just tell from his voice actor, like you can tell it's Tom Hiddleston, and you can call him something else and be like, okay, everyone will understand that. And he still had like the hat or like a type of the horns and everything. Like okay, you can do that. It still sound good. Like all right, cool. He didn't have to keep calling him Loki because I think Odin's the one who named him Loki. So yeah, no. Anyway, because of frat boy and decides to have parties everywhere. Like it would just like get like huge parties, like universal ones, or across all the realms or whatever as they call it, and have crazy parties, do crazy stuff, whatever.
and
And they picked Las Vegas for this one. Yeah,
hmm
and it basically happens around the story or sometime around the first Thor, except a lot of stuff's changed where everyone's apparently good. Like a ton of people just come in for the party. Like you have what is it? The scrolls are there. Uh, let's see, yeah, the scrolls. Um, I know Nebula's there. Drax is there. Uh, the Frost Giants are there because Loki's a Frost Giant, so they're around.
yeah, but it
Anyways,
was a different time. I think the pace was easier kept because again, Thor wasn't really fighting everything this time.
yeah, I mean, it's just that it was like a party thing where it's like the party was spreading like Earth wide and shields like it's an alien invasion, so we should not do any of that. Jane Foster comes around, she's there. That's about that. Uh, and all I could say is that Captain Marvel shows up, tries to beat up Thor, doesn't pan out well because she has to hold back, that kind of thing.
And then she's like, then they're like, hey, don't hold back.
He's like, hey, just go to like whatever it is, like some place in Russia, I think. It's like go there, like no one's gonna care because it's like there's nothing at that area anyway. It's just go nuts. Like okay. And Jane decides to call upon Heimdall because mythology, she would know it, and they tell on his mom. I still find that fun at the end because he's just like, you told he told my mother on me. It's like, yeah.
I like how he
He told me.
still listens to his mom so badly.
I don't know. I mean, it's like a teenager frat boy type of thing. It's just like guy, teenager having his fun at a party or whatever. It's like, oh, lives with his mother, with his parents, have to deal with the mothers.
Yeah, he's a few thousand years old, but he's still scared of his little mother.
I still find it. One thing I skipped over that I think is funny is that in the beginning, whenever it's like Odin's like going into his Odin sleep, so he's just like going to sleep a little bit, and you just see what's her name, Frigga. It's like look or Freya. I don't remember.
Frigga.
Frigga. Okay. Anyway, lean forward, to be like, okay, he's asleep. I'm gonna go to my sister's now. Later. Like she did not care. She's like, oh, thank God, I'm out of here. I need a break.
And then someone crashes their party. Which is
Yeah, crashes their party and then crashes his party, and yeah. So when she gets there, because he freaks out because he knows, he goes and tells everyone, "Hey, we need to fix everything." Which a lot of stuff happened. For one, the guy who causes Ragnarok uh, cut the arm off of the Statue of Liberty. Fix that. Took the thing from St. Louis and was gonna make a freaking slingshot out of it. Put that back. Just basically fixed a lot of stuff. And Thor did the wrong thing. I forget where it is, but there's this like building that's like tilted in uh in one of the countries. I forget what
Pisa.
it is.
The tower in
Huh?
Pisa.
Yeah, it's like that thing was like tilted. He fixed it. It's like no, no, that was wrong. You did something wrong.
Still, I fucking love that.
Like he fixed it. It's like no, no, that was already broken, man. Or it wasn't broken. It was like supposed to happen, but it's like no. Anyway,
It's more that nobody has been really like fixing the tower though.
right. It did that, and it's like puts on this facade, like, oh hey, or gets everyone to group up together, like a plan of like, oh hey, he's doing a exchange class. So, it's like he just went to Earth to study there. Like, and he now has the class. Like, all right, it's like okay, time to go. All right, let me just get some. And Melnir is painted like with party stuff, like graffitied. All right, yep, pea partied. And then he goes to Jane, and she gets him to ask her on a date. That, and then a silhouette watcher goes along with it, just like, and they live happily ever after. Wait a minute. Oh, I did not see that coming. Because Ultron comes and invades. Which leads us to the next episode. What if Ultron won?
Which is all the different
Basically,
universe.
yeah.
Everything is different. Just everything, every connection is just great.
Yeah. Basically, what happens here is that, yeah, Ultron 1 of Avengers 2 is in, he managed to get the Vision body and took that over. I just find this fucking hilarious is that whenever Thanos shows up, he's just like, huh, more Infinity Stones. Uses the laser from the freaking Mind Stone, just like cuts him straight in half. Like, why did they not do that in Infinity War? It'd have been over so damn quickly if Vision would have just like went,
Wasn't he
gone.
missing two stones still?
Huh?
Did he have all stones except the Mind Stones at that point?
And yeah, he had all the stones. So
Yeah, but I
he just
think
straight up
the
cut him in half.
issue was that Vision wasn't really as
I mean,
powerful.
yeah, he didn't want to. He wasn't as like whatever.
I think that's the issue. Is he's not as destructive as Ultron.
Yeah, Ultron doesn't care. He'll just like straight up do it. And Vision would have held back, like, nah, like let me do something else. Like, no, I should have done that. So yeah,
So what we are saying is we blame Vision for the failure.
yeah, it's been too soft. But yeah, so Ultron basically got all the stones, built a similar armor to what he had before he took over the body, and killed everyone on Earth except for Romanoff and Clint and Hawkeye. So only two left on Earth.
Which you found the what they needed. Because.
Yeah, which another funny thing is with the Watcher was sitting there. He's like, I can't intervene. I can't help these guys. But I'm just like, I'm sitting here like, hey, that folder right there. You need to pick that up. You need to do that. Like, it's right there. It's like he can't intervene. He can't do anything about it. It's like, come on. And it's
And
Hawkeye's like in that bin. He's like looking, almost sees it. He's like, no, I give up. It's like, what? No, you almost had it. Like, don't sit down.
he's more pissed off at because I think oh yeah, it wasn't the time because Ultron had discovered there's more there's more to take over than just that
Yeah,
universe.
Ultron basically went from planet to planet and wiped it all out, and basically everything was devoid in that universe. And then he became like a cosmic being, like cosmic intellect in a sense. So he actually heard and saw the Watcher. Like he
He just
supposedly
started
knew he was there.
talking about like, and now Ultron doesn't have any function anymore.
He's like, "Who said that?"
And
It's like,
he was like,
"Who
"Oh
does this to
fuck."
you?" He's like, "Oh." And there's a memeable thing from it, and he's like, I have seen everything. Like, I have seen how everything turns out, uh, and I know how everything's gonna go. And yet, what the hell is that? That's the most memeable thing he said. He's like, okay, yep, that's a good thing to use on people. But says something like that, and then yeah, uh, Ultron breaks through into the whatever middle dimension. I
No,
don't
I
know,
think
the
it
middle universe.
tries
Is
to first. That's the thing. He first fails
yeah,
because he
yeah, and then this
basically
stuff happens
closes
where
the gate real quick where he watches through.
yeah, and then the stuff happens where he's like, hey, where he's saying like, hey, it's right there. Why aren't you getting it? They get it. Blah blah blah. They find that old whatever the hell guy's name that is. I don't remember his name.
Isn't his name
Virus.
Hans?
No.
I mean, it's German. Hans is a very common name there, apparently.
Yeah, it's also the name of your chicken that we won't discuss. Um. So yeah, Ultron breaks through. They have like a multi-dimensional thing, which one of the universes has Steve Rogers as president. So Captain America as president being sworn in. That's cool. Uh, all that stuff happened. They fight. Blah blah blah. And eventually gets the point where he's like, okay, can't do this by myself anymore. I'm now gonna start intervening. And he gets Strange Supreme to help him out. And that a twist. It's like, oh yeah, take him out of his universe he destroyed. And it's like, yeah, all right, I'll help you out now. And thus
No,
we enter.
no, because
What?
no. First he was like, "Say it, say it."
I was like, say you need my help. It's like, yep. So yeah, if anyone's still listening in, we're gonna talk about the last episode now, which is way more fresher, way more new.
It came out yesterday,
So
quite literally.
yeah, so I'll just say this: if you haven't watched it yet, tune out right now because we're about to spoil it. So tune out right now. Give you 5 more seconds. X out. Do what you got to do. Don't care. Just go.
Dude.
Okay, here we go. All right. So, last episode of What If the Watcher Broke His Oath, which is quite literally, he decided he will no longer just watch. He will now intervene, which he takes all the people from each of the ones that's been shown so far, except for the zombies one. We'll get to that later. But he takes all the people who were affected. So Captain Carter, T'Challa, Star Lord, uh,
And of course, the
like
episode that never
Logan.
aired.
Yeah, okay, so we have that. Strange Supreme was already there. Killmonger, the Thor from the Only Child bit, which is hilarious because he's like trying to say like Thor. He's telling everyone's like, "Hey, you've been chosen," and then he's like Thor, Odin's son, you have been. And then he's like, he's fighting all the different Ultron robots. Like you've been chosen. Picks him up and like drags him to him, and Thor's just screaming his head off. It's like, oh, that's funny. Like, screams like, oh, because I guess he thinks he's about to get eaten or something by a giant guy.
Yeah. And also they added Gramura, which we have not talked about because
Yeah, that one.
that was
That one's a
this.
new one
I think
because
that one
you're
is the
supposed to be.
episode that was meant to be aired but didn't.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what I was talking about before. Like, yeah, it got aired. I mean, it didn't get aired because COVID reasons, so they weren't able to get that one fully fleshed out. So it was supposed to be 10 episodes, but they couldn't do it. So that one is coming in season 2. Like that universe will be explained there. So the universe will be explained in season 2 of What If. They've already confirmed that's gonna be a thing. So because every one of these shows against season 2s, all of them.
Even WandaVision?
Version of it, yes. So
Loki, I know it's getting a season 2 because
yeah, Loki's getting season 2. I think Captain America: Winter Soldier is mainly going to be a part of the or Captain America, Falcon: Winter Soldier. Now it's Captain America. But yeah, I think he's getting like a movie.
Ooh,
I think is what's happening. Is like
finally.
he's getting a movie.
Falcon is getting his movie. He
I
deserves
think
it.
he is. Like it's gonna be like the Captain Falcon or something I forget what it's called, or Falcon as Captain America. I forget. I don't know.
But yeah.
But he's getting his own deal later. Anyway, point is we have all that stuff. New person, and watch your bands them all together to fight Ultron. And of course, they're like, "Oh, we'll camp out for the night. No problems. We'll just sit around." And as usual, Thor's like, "Yeah, let me just shoot off lightning." And Lord Ultron like, "All right, well, no preparation time. Cool, that's fine."
Yeah. And he was like,
Yeah,
yeah, as I told you guys, I have a
it's like,
tendency
trust me,
to
it's like,
attract unwanted attention.
it's like, yeah, I'm good at that. It's like, great. So yeah, they do all that. They'll have like this whole plan thing that goes on. Uh, basically get they basically want to get one of the stones from him,
And
get the
then,
mind
but
stone
first it's like,
because
okay, everyone, and Thor is like, Viva Las Vegas!
yeah, except he yells it. He's like "Viva Las Vegas," and it's like does that like for everyone's like shooting him, and then nothing happens with Ultron. He's just sitting there like, okay, and
That's a
then
new
he's
battle
just
cry.
it's like okay. I was like, I've never heard that battle cry before. Like, it's the first time I've heard that one before. And as to quote Frieza in TFS Dragon Ball, it's like, okay, that's a new one. It's like, I'm sorry, that's a new one. It's like, yeah, never heard that battle cry before. I gotta say, Ultron, funny guy. I mean, he was kind of funny in the Avengers 2 in a way. Like it's completely different what you would expect. But
And I like
they
the
made him
voice
funny
actor
in
for the
this.
original Ultron.
It's the same one, I think. I think it's the exact same voice actor.
Ooh, I mean, here's the thing. You know the Blacklist series I watched,
Mm-hmm.
or I did, at the last season. I'm not finished, but
Yep.
it's one of the main characters from that series, and I was like, yeah, this is why I like him, because his voice is such. He has such an evil characteristic. Like he can play
Yeah.
like the intelligent evil guy,
Right.
and his voice works for it.
Yeah, but what is it? Basically they have this whole plan, and they do what I didn't mention in the first or in the second episode of this, the sticky fingers, which is basically throw somebody at the enemy and like distract them to get the like something from them. In this case, got the Mind Stone because the the Gamora from the other universe has this like stone crusher, Infinity Stone crusher, and it needs the Mind Stone to work because the point of it is it needs that so it can actually uh, whatever intelligently go over to the other stones and try to crush them on its own. So one decided to do that, and what is it? They basically have a huge random fight, get taken to the original place that he was from, which included the Romanov, which I forgot to mention in the last episode. Glenn died, so he died in the last episode because he didn't want to continue on anymore. He just like went out, blaze of glory.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, go back to that place. Apparently, Carter and Romanoff were friends in her universe, so that whole thing happened. Uh, Stuff. My mind's blanking on a lot of the episode. It's just like a lot of fighting, a lot of funny
Yeah,
stuff.
that's like the only thing that mostly happened anyway. It was just
One thing
fight.
that was amazing is that in the last episode, also Romanoff found like a shield that I forget the name of the person, the character is like Red Soldier or something. I forget, but it's like found another vibranium shield that's just like Cap's. So you have that one and Captain Carter's, and they're both throwing the shield back and forth at Ultron, just like constantly hitting him like crazy. That's pretty funny seeing.
And
But
then, of course, in memory of Hawkeye, Romanoff take his bow.
not yet. They try to use the Crusher to destroy the Infinity Stones. Doesn't work
And then they realize, like,
because
oh, it's different frequencies in each
yeah,
universe.
yeah. Also, another thing happened. Strange Supreme swallowed a giant world-ending explosion. Sounds fun because it's like, oh hey, this would destroy everyone on the planet and the planet itself. No, he just straight up eats it. Like okay, and Ultron just like, wait, what? Like it's just funny how he says that. He's like, wait, what? How? And just get hit. That's great. But yeah, okay, that happens. Romanoff takes the bow, and the virus that we mentioned in the last one has it uploaded into an arrow, so or downloaded into an arrow, and she fires that arrow straight into Ultron while Carter lifts up the helmet so it can go into his eye. Then you have them two fight it out on the inside, which you don't see really. It's just like, oh, hey, it happens. And yeah, Killmonger. Apparently, he took one of the Ultron Sentry's heads, fiddled with it, and got it to where he would take the armor and the stones for himself. It's like, oh, hey, we can correct all of our universes, like anything that's messed up. Like, we can just do it. It's no problem. Now that we have this, and was like, nah, we're too good for that. I feel like Strange Supreme would have actually taken that deal, though, because he was already evil as it is. Like, I feel like he
No,
would
because
have
I
taken it.
think he learned from what he
Yeah, but I mean, he
did.
still had all that like evil energy in him. Like anything could have like, uh, whatever,
Yes,
got him to
but
do it.
wouldn't that just fixing it? Wouldn't that return to the point of the fixed point?
I
That is
guess,
what
but
broke
I
their
mean,
universe, which means that
basically, it
she
would
would
just
still
that's really
die.
what he wanted. Like he was ready to just say, okay, I did wrong. I shouldn't have broken this fixed point. Take it back to before I did that. So if he had the stones, he figures that yeah, he would be able to do that.
Yeah, but she's.
Like I'm sure he
I
figured that he
think
would
the
be
issue
able to
is
do
that in
that.
this case, it's like he still doesn't get what he wants because
Yeah. Oh, another cool thing happened was before all that, Ultron used a time stone to freeze everybody. Was going to grab the Soul Stone away, but Strange Supreme had a time stone on him as well, so he was never frozen.
This is also weird. If they work on different frequencies, shouldn't that mean that they
I
don't?
mean, it's not really that they work at different frequencies. It's more so that they're just like they're uniquely different. Like the machine was created to destroy that specific stone or those specific stones. Like they're a little bit. It's not really frequencies. It's more so just like the way the stone is. Like it's
Yeah, but that means that
buildup. Like it's
shouldn't that
chemical
mean
buildup.
that his stone is different from?
Yeah, they're two different stones. Like they are two different stones. They're the time stones. They're two different
Yeah,
ones. So they don't exactly act different. They just are built different. So they'll act the exact same. They'll do the exact same
I
way
mean,
of
as we
stopping
know,
changing
the
time.
TVA has a lot of stones.
Yeah, they have like a crap ton of stones, and they're just like, oh, we just use these for whatever
Bench
it is, paper
presses.
holders.
Oh, that was like one of my favorite comments. I'm like, yep, mm-hmm.
Which you gotta imagine, like they're still dangerous because I mean, if a variant comes in there, grabs one of the stones, and goes back into the timeline, it's usable. Like that stone instantly becomes usable, and you can use the stone. Like that's not a smart idea.
Yeah, but I think it's also at that time a point they can't destroy them. That's the issue. So they can't destroy them, but they can't either.
Yeah, but I mean, they could lock them up somewhere instead of being openly available. Because the way they make it sounds like, oh, hey, we just, we mess around with these. So, I mean, what if you just like give someone who you didn't exactly know was a variant and you just gave them a stone? Here you go. Like, hey, have fun. And then, they
You
go
have
back
five
and they
different
freak out.
fucking stones.
Huh?
Have 5 different stones.
I mean, they have like copies of the exact same stone. You literally take all the copies and you have an insane supply of Infinity Stones. You basically give or you can give like 5 people all of the stones together, like each. It's like you just created absolute destruction.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Anyway, Killmonger takes that, and then the virus guy, because again I don't remember his name, Solomon. I don't know. Wants it back because now he's controlling the Vision body, which probably there's a hole in his stomach now, which that's funny. Uh, so yeah, and then Strange Supreme and the Watcher freeze him in a moment in time, and that is what Strange Supreme now has to guard in his universe. Hey, now it has like an orb. It's like, oh, can't let that break.
You can't let
That's
this
the Watcher
break,
there.
okay? Listen.
Mhm.
Don't let it break. I'm watching you.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing now. The end speech had. Oh, yeah, hold on. Before we get to that, everyone had to return to their universe except for Romanoff because she didn't really have a universe to return to. And she's like, "No, I'm not going back. I don't want to do that. Like, I'm not going through that door." He's like, well, the door is more of a metaphor anyway." It's
I
like,
love that.
yeah, that's more of a metaphor anyway. Whatever. Takes her to the third episode where everyone died except for like all the Avengers like got killed by Hank Pym. Takes her to that one, and now she lives in that universe.
And she killed Loki.
She didn't kill. I don't think she killed Loki. She took him over with a Mind Stone with a spear. So now Loki is controlled by Romanoff.
No, that's the Space Stone staff.
No, no, it's a Mind Stone.
Is
The
it?
staff has the Mind Stone. The Tesseract is the Space Stone.
But the my this is confusing.
No, no, no,
Why
it's
do
the
you
Mind
have so
Stone.
many Infinity Stones? Stop having a lot of stones.
I can tell you where every single stone is from, because me, big nerd. It's nerd ensemble, bud. Uh, so anyway, they do that, and afterwards, yeah. Did you watch the
Oh
after
yeah.
credits scene? Making sure, because I didn't at first, and I was watching some other people react to it, and then I saw them like, wait, I gotta go back. And yeah, it's back into the Captain Carter where Steve may be alive because the Hydra Stomper's there and there's a person inside of it,
And then
which might be
cut.
yeah,
It's like cut.
where I imagine season 2 will pick up.
I
And
hope they don't continue too much on the old stories though. A little bit hard to
yeah,
continue on the
I would
Doctor
like to see new
Supreme.
stuff, but 2 things need to be continued. I feel, or 3 things. Strange Supreme, if it comes down to it, if something happens. Captain
I feel
Carter
like
with
that's the
that
one
end
plot
scene.
that could be the last episode of season 2 is that they break free.
I don't know. There could be many things. You got that, and then of course the Gamora thing. So it's never explained. So best to explain it. It's probably gonna be the first episode, really.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, the one thing I have to mention, he's no longer the Watcher. He's now the Protector. That's not an official thing. I'm just saying because he was having this huge speech, and he's like, these are all stories that he loves, and he will now protect them. It's like, well, he's no longer the Watcher. He's now the Protector. Dope.
He still says that though I can't intervene like
Well, I don't think he'll ever
seriously?
say that afterwards. I think he's like, no, well, I've already done it. I guess it's fine. Just don't. Basically, he's not going to intervene in a ton of things, but if it's like universal ending, he might.
Yeah, I
He might
think it's
intervene.
more like yeah, at that point he must
Like
intervene.
if it could be handled by anyone in the universe, he's not going to intervene at all. But if nothing can stop it, then he'll do it.
He's more the protector of the multiverse.
Yeah, he just doesn't want the multiverse dying. Oh yeah, by the way, they called them the Guardians of the Multiverse.
And I was like,
Instead of
nope,
Guardians of the Galaxy, the Guardians
nope,
of the Multiverse. Wait,
nope. I was like, nope, that's a terrible name. You need a new name.
like yeah, oh, it's not taken. It's just like it's part of it. It's like it's kind of like you're leeching off the name.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah, you need a new name. That doesn't roll off the tongue that good.
I think that's why is like he's in love with the stories and everything, so he knows about the Guardians of the Galaxy. So he's just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take this name. Like I like the stories. I want to make an homage. Like,
Sir,
yeah,
stop stealing their stuff, okay?
yeah. That is the What If series, and it is also the time we should end this here in just a few minutes because
Yeah,
we went over time. It is
I did it.
5:46,
Okay,
which
3 hours and 20 minutes.
yeah, we went a little over. So yeah, we should definitely end here soon. I'm getting a headache.
Oh, well, that sounds
So
like a personal problem, sir.
it's your personal problem in a minute when I give you a headache. Too bad I can't do that.
That sounds like a threat, sir, and that's illegal.
It's a promise. Promises aren't illegal.
I still think there is a rule.
I mean, we know I'm joking. I ain't gonna do shit. Besides, I'm sure as hell not gonna try to spend all the money to get a passport and fly over there just to do that. Especially with a lot of countries these days where they're starting to block flights. So a lot of times you can't actually go anywhere to
Yeah,
a different country
we
because
don't
there are a
have
lot of
any
people getting
restrictions
stuck.
anymore, so we probably accept anyone. We're gonna be hugging and kissing everyone that comes in now.
I don't know. I mean, America wouldn't be that way. I'm just saying, like, in a lot of things, like some people are getting stuck in countries because they can't leave because, like, they want to go back home or go wherever, and they're not allowed to. Like, they're stuck because, like, hey, the no flights are letting them out, or the country isn't letting them go in.
Yeah.
So it's like, no.
Oh well. But
Anyway,
about ending.
yeah, that should be the end of this. So for everyone here, thank you very much for listening and everything. This this stage thing, we'll probably keep doing that in the future. It's pretty nice, though. It's a little troubling in the fact that both true and evil can just jump in whenever the hell they feel like it, because they're admins,
Yeah.
so they could just pop in if they want to. Uh, But yeah, if anyone wants to, you can join my Discord, which is where we host these anyway. So
Well, you
yeah,
can join mine too if you want to, which is what is no host stuff, and I don't know if it,
I don't know if
apparently
that link actually still works.
I think my bot that meant to show that someone is live is broken.
I think I need to fix that command because I don't think that link works anymore.
Good job.
I think it does. It might still work. It might just put you in like rules or something. But so you got that. Um, this which will never be updated because I'm lazy as all hell. And yeah. As for socials, yeah, we basically do a little sellout period where it's like, hey, we'll just talk about where else you can find us, which for me is, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, uh, Nexus 7C, everywhere.
Yeah. I'm on YouTube. With Sweden Boy Gaming, which you watch on YouTube. Everything is in my description, and then you have my Twitter, which is Sweden Cat Boy. And I don't think I have anything else to
Which is
plug.
Swing Catboy as well, so yeah.
Yeah, Sweden Cat Boy. Woo! Meow, meow,
Yeah.
meow.
Okay, that's enough. So yeah, that's basically about it. Cause yeah, we need to end this thing. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed this very long one. Every time we get into a point like, hey, let's review a series or something, it always takes super fucking long.
Maybe we should
So
stop reviewing stuff.
maybe we should leave that to separate things instead of the podcast. We could just have been like, hey, what if series had ended? It was cool. Some stuff happened. Awesome. Moving on.
Yeah, but the issue is then we wouldn't have any content. Is that?
Wait, we have content? That's news to me. All right.
Oh yeah, and also guys, remember this? Nexus stole my title today.
Yeah. My original title was gonna be just the Twitch thing, like, oh hey, Twitch got hacked again, or Twitch. It's like, they got hacked. What else is new? It's basically what my title was gonna be, something like that.
And I
And
used
then he
this.
brings up a what if breach or something like that. I'm just like, huh, I like that better. And then I put what if Twitch got breached.
Because it was such, I was so tired. I was first not. I was gonna like too tired to make title. Then I was like, no, I needed to make a title, proper title. And it was like,
And the thing
what
is,
if
honestly,
breach?
usually the way always when I see your title, I'm just like, it's kind of just like a basic title, not really all that. And mine's usually some a little bit, I guess, wordplay. This time it was you. This time you made the better title. I'm like, oh damn, that's good. I'm taking that.
Yeah, but I think you didn't think about what we were reviewing today.
I don't know. That's it. So thank y'all for coming to listen. Not really much to watch because I didn't put anything on screen. So
Yeah,
just
and
listen
mine
to
you
the sweet.
see just a square with two green things on the sides because it for some reason the screen this pop-up thing is not full screen.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be that. I am tired,
Yeah, go to sleep.
and yeah, I'm probably gonna be up for a tad bit
I'm
longer.
gonna take a break and then I'm gonna be back in like an hour or two with something else.
I'm probably gonna sit around for 30 minutes or so because I want to get a drink and take some for my headache, and then I'm gonna go to bed. So yeah,
And I'm gonna go eat breakfast.
you do that. So yeah, cool.
Adios
Thank y'all
people
for coming.
and see
Later.
you next time.